familiar faces out there. I saw David and Karen. I saw you out there. Margaret and Craig, what's up? We got Debbie and Kelly out there. Kelly and Douglas, what is going on? Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see you out there. For those who have never met me, I am Chef Connie. I've been working with Truffle Shuffle since April.
Crazy.
Since April, guys.
Crazy to think that.
Yeah, and some of you I have met in some of our public classes, and for those who haven't met me, my name is Chef Connie. I will be your chef instructor for today. You guys all know this guy, Chef Tyler, is in the house with me. He's going to be helping me out. And we got DJ Bert doing the DJ, and we got DJ Christopher, Drew, Adam, Mark, also making sure we are dancing out there. You guys,
give it up for DJ Drew right now.
Right? Incredible.
Oh,
Drew, you can have me in the back guy on the ones and twos. All right, and so welcome everybody. For those who have not taken a Truffle Shuffle class before, welcome. Very excited to see you guys. And for those who have, welcome back. You guys kind of know the drill. But for those who haven't, just a quick thing, just keeping those videos on like you do is incredible. We love that. And with all these cameras going around, we like to ask that you guys keep that mute on as much as possible. All right, but with that, we have that handy dandy chat bar right there. You guys have already sort of exercised that chat bar, so that's beautiful. And we also have Jamesy here. We got Chef Jamesy. She's a little square right there. She's going to be hooking us up.
What's up, Jamesy?
All right. And so if you guys have any questions at all, you guys can pop that in the chat bar, and she'll be answering those questions for you as well as myself, who is looking at that chat bar right here, right now. All right?
Yeah, awesome. Me and Brett are watching it too.
Yeah. Chef Tyler also knows how to do this recipe. And so we're making green curry today. Are you guys getting excited about that? We're going to be doing some green curry. And from a show of hands, how many of us have made curry from scratch before? Just out of curiosity. Oh, Chef Tyler has. Oh, a few of us. Oh no, okay.
Bill has not.
Bill double thumbs down. He's like, I have not at all.
Debbie has though. What about Chef Scott? Scott, have you made curry from scratch?
Oh, hey Scott, Katie, nice to see you guys. Hello. We got the chef coat on.
Dave's iPad. That's a thumbs down.
Big thumbs down. Big thumbs down. All right, and so we're gonna be making that paste from scratch, and I promise you guys, once you make it from scratch, you guys are gonna see how very easy it is, and you won't buy that store-bought paste. I mean, even though that is good, I'm not gonna say that paste isn't a lifesaver, but once you see how easy it is to make, you'll always do this curry the same way. All right. But I think before we even get into that, we should probably start with this cocktail, Chef. What do you think?
We should probably start with the cocktail. We're literally trying to follow along with Susan over here. Chef Susan, she's already getting in on that cocktail, so we're gonna keep up. Yeah. So with that, in lieu of Sarah making the cocktail, guess what? You guys got me making this cocktail today. All right.
Yeah.
I know, pretty exciting. It's like part exciting, part terrifying at the same time.
You're gonna do great. I have full faith.
All right.
You've done this before.
So what we want you to do is go ahead, grab those cocktail recipe cards, all right? And we're gonna be making the Lady in Red cocktail today.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. And so we're gonna be shaking up this cocktail. So you need a shaker.
Boom.
Boom. I got this shaker right here. And we're also gonna need some alcohol. We're using some vodka.
Tito's, handmade in Texas.
This is Brett's favorite vodka right here, so he's very excited.
Oh, that's not bad.
All right, so go ahead, grab that cocktail shaker. Okay, inside of this mixer is a little bit of apple cider, some strawberry puree, okay, and a little bit of simple syrup. All right, so you want to go ahead, grab that. We're gonna pop it into our cocktail shaker.
Pop it.
Beautiful. We're also gonna put our egg whites in there too. Okay, and we're gonna be doing what Sarah likes to call a dry shake, right? Which is where you actually shake up the cocktail before you add any ice, and then we're gonna add the ice. Okay, it lets everything kind of mingle together, hang out. And so what I like doing with these cocktails is take that mixer, put it into the container, and this is a 4-ounce container right here. So that gives us the perfect measuring device for all this liquor that we're gonna put into this cocktail. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here, use that same measuring device. Okay.
I've done so many of these classes, and I never thought of that until just now. You learn something new every day.
There you go. And you know what's even more exciting? If you pour it all the way to the top to where it gets like a meniscus, you're actually putting like 5 ounces of alcohol. So that's kind of just a little tip that I have learned from doing these classes. Okay. So we got our alcohol and our egg whites inside of this container. And so what I want you to do is go ahead, pop the top on, okay? And we're gonna give it a dry shake, all right? And so DJ Brett is gonna turn on our favorite dry shaking music, okay? And so for about 30 seconds, we're gonna get a dry shake going.
Oh, we're coming in.
Oh, we're coming in out here.
Oh, we got Jenny over here.
Oh, get
We
it,
got Jenny and Carla.
Jenny, making sure that top is on. Secure. Yeah, there we go. Jennifer, JJ Bispo, let's get it.
Deborah over here is shaking it.
See-through.
Brian, I can see
Oh,
you.
Susan and
Oh,
Brian.
there we go.
Oh,
there we go.
David.
We got the man himself, David Blanks, shaking it.
Yes, Kelly and
Oh,
Douglas.
Liz
Oh.
over here. Debbie.
Debbie. Oh, we got Miguel
Get it,
over here
Miguel.
shaking it.
Fierce shaking out there.
All right, so now that I've gone ahead and we've done our dry shake. Oh my gosh,
Woo! It's a party.
I didn't need that ice cube anymore. All right, now we're gonna come in here and we're gonna add our ice, okay? And again, Sarah likes to say you wanna give it a dry shake just to make sure that you allow the egg whites to really get shaken up with the acid that's in the strawberry puree and whatnot, and that really makes sure that it's really evenly distributed. Okay, so now we're gonna add our ice. Okay, we're gonna shake it for an additional 30 seconds.
Woo!
Okay, so if you didn't get spotlighted previously when we were shaking, now we have another opportunity.
This
all
is
right?
your chance.
So we're
This
gonna
is
come
your
over here,
chance.
continue shaking.
Shake
There
it
we
up.
go.
Oh, we got Santa Clip over here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There we go,
Santa
Santa
Clip.
Clip. Look at that smile. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, we have Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
Oh, Colleen.
Get it, Charlie.
Beautiful.
Over here. Oh,
We got Team Casey rocking it
there we go.
out.
Oh, we got Cheryl over here. There we are, Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl.
Oh,
Nice
Debbie.
job shaking that
There
cocktail.
we go, Debbie. Oh, Will.
Will Hall, Team Will Hall.
Will.
Rushing it.
Julia.
Oh, we
what's
got
good?
Julia over here.
Oh, Jester over here. Shake
Oh,
it up.
look at that. Look at that focus. I love that.
Shaking it up like a
Amazing.
pro. Wow. All right.
Nicely done, everybody.
Nice job shaking up those cocktails. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just remove the top off of this cocktail shaker, which gets me every single time
That suction.
I do this.
It'll get you.
Thank you, Brett. All right, so come over here. And we're now going to strain this into our couple glasses over here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and use a couple rocks glasses, all right? So you can do this over ice, or you can do this in coupe glasses as well. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little ice cube into these glasses.
We got Ice Cube. Straight out of Compton, chef. Nice job.
Beautiful ice cubes, all right? And we're just going to strain this delicious cocktail over these ice cubes over here. Look at that. Oh, wow. Beautiful. So we got some cocktail over here.
This is the most exciting cocktail we've ever made on Truffle Shuffle.
This really is.
You all witnessed that.
All right. Well, there you have it. We got our lady in red.
Look at that texture in that cocktail. Wowie, wowie. Wowie, wowie.
Wow. Oh.
So everyone raise a glass. We'd love to cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers, cheers to the lady in red.
All right. We got the lady in red over here.
Boom.
Oh, here we
Let's
go.
see those cocktails.
And if
Diane.
you need a slow dance to this song, and if you forgot about this song, it's still there, guys. This song is still very much a banger, so enjoy it.
Mary Lee right over here. Oh.
All right, Mary Lee Ryan.
Out there. John.
We got
Oh,
Rick.
John with
John,
the,
get it.
the Masters. Oh, who else we got? Kate and Lou over here. Let's see it. Oh, Kate.
Tell me this song does not slap, Chef. Tell me this song does not slap.
Oh, especially when we're
Scott
checking
and
out
Katie.
Scott and Katie over
Oh,
here.
la, 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 la. Oh, Miguel, there we go.
Yes.
Miguel.
Show that lady some love. There we are.
Oh,
Oh, we got Matt over here. Oh,
Oh.
beautiful. Look at that shape.
Dave iPad.
Dave's
Beautiful
iPad
Dave
crushing it.
Dave's iPad.
Oh, Elise over here. How we doing? Oh, yeah. Julia. Oh, look at that cocktail.
Ooh.
Wow.
Incredible.
Stunning.
All right. Well, cheers, Chef. Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody.
Connie.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you, Chef.
Cheers,
All right.
everyone.
So the most important stuff is now out of the way. It is Sunday afternoon. I certainly needed a little vodka in my life. I didn't realize until I said that. I go, that's what I'm missing. Vodka. Got it. All right. And so that vodka is going to give you a little bit of courage as well. If you guys haven't used some of the ingredients that we're going to be talking today, that vodka is going to give you a little bit of that liquid courage. All right, but I will guide you through this. Okay, it's going to be a-okay. And so the way that we do this is we're just going to start talking about the recipe, and we're going to start talking about our mise en place.
Ooh.
And for those who don't know what mise en place means, it just means everything in its place. And if you guys are following along on that recipe card, you're on that top shelf aisle 1 mise en place, right? And so I'm just gonna kind of walk through all of the equipment first and then into those ingredients that we've sent you. And that way it gives everybody a little bit of time to gather, do that little scavenger hunt in their house if they haven't already. I know some of us are proactive and grabbed all of those things, but if you haven't, here is your chance, all right?
Ooh.
And so the first thing you're gonna need is a cutting board sufficiently covered in vodka, okay? If you got all that mixer on there, nicely done. Okay, that's part of the process.
Yeah, and if you haven't done so yet, go ahead, open up that bottle of vodka and just pour some vodka right onto your cutting board.
They call that sabor or flavor.
That wasn't a joke, bro. That was me serious.
He's like, do I look like
At
I'm
the
joking?
Shepherd household, they're literally doing it right now.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna need a chef's knife. All right, so we got this chef's knife ready to rock. Looking beautiful. Oh, Sam and Cliff, beautiful.
Nice knife over there.
Gorgeous. We're gonna need a mortar and pestle, okay? If some of you guys went out and you bought that mortar and pestle, this is a great investment to have. And if you guys did not, no worries at all. We're gonna grind this in our mortar and pestle or molcajete, however you wanna call it. Oh, Kelly and Douglas, that is the cutest little, let's see that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Is that the rolling pin from the Dumpling class?
Yeah, it is.
Yes!
Oh,
nicely done.
Nice.
I was gonna suggest if you have a rolling pin, that also works. Kelly and Douglas, nicely done. Beautiful.
Wow.
And if you guys wanted to, if you make this in the future, you can absolutely do the mortar and pestle part in the blender. But doing it like this is way more fun, and you'll see it develops a lot more flavor as you sort of grind everything in layers, okay? And so mortar and pestles are great for grinding spices too. If you're trying to just blend up like 2 tablespoons of coriander or something, it's really, really nice to have in your house, and I do recommend investing in one. All right, that's my spiel about mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
I'm doing a commercial for them later. Check me out. All right, on Hulu.
Paid programming.
Yeah. All right, and so you're also gonna need a wooden spoon. I was like, what are we talking about? Equipment. There it is. You're gonna need a wooden spoon. Boom. All right, for stirring.
Yep.
You're gonna need
disciplining.
And discipline. That's right. You're gonna need a half cup measuring cup. You don't need the whole.
So don't spill vodka on it.
Go ahead and grab it. You're gonna need a microplane, and if you don't have a microplane, a cheese grater will work. We're gonna use this to zest up some limes.
Excellent.
Amazing. You're gonna need a ladle, and we're gonna use this just so that we can ladle out our curry in just a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna have that ready to go. You're gonna need a couple of bowls, okay? And I'll show you what I got going on over here. So the first part of our recipe, we're gonna rinse off our rice. And so you just want a couple of bowls to sort of get those transferable. And then I got my 2 cups of rice in that fine mesh strainer, okay? So I've got myself ready, but if you guys just want to keep watching this part, and we can get to that part in just a second, okay? But I'm just showing you guys, I got this going on, but no worries, we'll get there when we get there.
Excellent.
Amazing. You're gonna need, over here on my stove cam, you're gonna need a couple of pots, all right? So I have this larger pot. This is gonna be for our actual curry. And then I have about a 3-quart or 2-quart pot, whatever you guys got out there, with a lid that fastens on it, okay? So you just wanna make sure that that lid stays nice and airtight because we wanna cook our rice and then let that steam stay within that pot. So making sure that that lid fits on there is super important. And if you truly don't have a lid for your pot, just use a piece of aluminum, but just make sure it's nice and secure. Groovy. All right. And then lastly, you'll need a plate with some paper towels. And I've gone ahead and I've taken out my little rock cod, my little baby rock cod here.
Yep.
And what's really cool about this is that what they've done is they've made a V cut, and you guys can see how it kind of looks like a V. The reason why they cut the fish like that is they're just getting out all the bones. Okay, so when you see that, that's really the real reason why they've trimmed that fish like that. Just to get the little bones out. You don't want this. That's no fun.
Yeah, nice. That rock cod is looking stunning. We get it.
I knew it, yeah.
We get it from our fish partners out here in San Francisco, Water Table. They do an incredible job sourcing this fish for us.
And you guys can go to their store at the Ferry Building. If you want
Yep.
to.
Yeah, you
Cool.
can.
You're in San Francisco. All right, so that's all of the equipment. Super easy. Curry is one of those beautiful meals where it's kind of a one-pot wonder, so you don't need that much in the way of equipment. And so you can really just do this like in the middle of the week if you're looking for a quick meal. This is a great way to do it. All right.
Awesome.
Sweet. How does everybody feel about the equipment? Any questions in the chat? Everyone. Oh, Sam and Cliff are asking, is our mortar and pestle too small? Yes, that's okay. Sam and Cliff, you'll just have to maybe do it in batches. So you'll grind a little bit. I'll show you guys. You'll grind a little bit and then maybe just put it into a bowl and then you'll mix everything together. Yeah, no worries. I've done it in a smaller one than that. So it is possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah. All right, cool. And so on to our ingredients. So we already talked to you about the rock cod, senior rock cod. So these well underway. And then you're gonna need a couple of things here. So we got a little bit of chicken stock, right? This is gonna be the base of our curry soup. And we got 2 cans of coconut rice. Oh, excuse me, coconut milk over here. So we'll open that in just a sec. One is gonna be for the curry and one is gonna be for our coconut rice as well.
Awesome.
And then for our vegetables, our late summer vegetables, we have the cutest little eggplants you ever did see. Look at these little guys.
Adorable.
Are these cute? These are organic, coming from the Central Coast. They're kind of like little maracas if you want to play with them. Maybe earrings if you're trying to impress. Oh, there we go, Kelly. Nice.
Karen's,
Yeah, these are cool.
Karen's checking out those eggplants.
Yeah. And so traditionally, you would use Thai eggplant. I don't know if you guys have experienced Thai eggplant. They look very similar in size, but they're actually green. All right. So if you guys ever see green eggplants out there, they are great for curry. If you're ever curious on why you would use this. All right. And so we have a little bit of a bell pepper here too, as well, be part of our late summer veg.
It's beautiful.
And then for our paste, for our green curry paste, we got some green stuff. So we got some chilies, we got serrano and jalapeno. And usually they would use Thai chili peppers, but I'm a Southern California girl and Latin food is really influenced with me. And I really like the spicy of the serrano and the floral notes that jalapeno brings to this dish. And so if you want to, you could sub in Thai for this recipe, but I feel like these chili peppers give it another little extra layer of flavor. And then you're gonna need a couple of ingredients as well for that paste. We got some lemongrass up in here. So we got a stalk of lemongrass.
Beautiful.
And we got a couple things in this bag. This is garlic cloves and galangal, all right? And so galangal is kind of hard to say, but when you see it spelled, it's kind of easy. It's very phonetic, but galangal. So if everyone just wants to say galangal real quick.
Galangal. Does it,
you gotta
does
say
it
it
help?
like 7 times.
Does it help if you drink the cocktail first?
Yeah, galangal.
Galangal.
We also have a live studio audience with us today, so we got
we do.
the ladies here.
We got this live studio audience over here, Brett.
Let's see them.
All right, we're coming in here.
Where are they at, Brett? Oh,
Right
there
there.
they are. We
We got the live studio
Hey,
audience.
queens! Live studio audience! Exclamation point!
Yeah, and Jeremy.
Exclamation
And Jeremy.
point. We got Jeremy. We got Jer Bear in the house.
All right, Jeremy, where are you at?
There he is. Beautiful. You guys have met Jeremy. He is
Adorable.
the man.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
there he
he
is.
is.
How are you?
Jeremy. Wow. What a guy.
All right. So we're on galangal. Even it's hard to say now. All right, so that's gonna go into our paste, and we have
Yes.
a little bit of onion. I like to use shallots because they're so cute.
Shallots.
All right, and yeah, shallots. And I like shallots too because they're small, so you don't have to commit to a large onion. So I always like using shallots because then I only have to use this much and not half of an onion. You know.
Yep.
All right, and then we have a couple of other ingredients, right? We got some lime leaf. So this is leaf from the actual lime plant. And we're just gonna steep this into our curry once it's all said and done. And so if you guys haven't used this before, give it a quick smell. It's pretty cool.
Lime leaf.
Smells like lime leaf. Kind of smells like that Trick cereal, which is kind of crazy.
You know what gets me every time is that. Wait, did you say the cereal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because honestly, so the thing is, here, everyone smell that lime leaf.
Yeah.
And then I will just say, right, and I grew up in Maine, so I have a very limited worldview, but It always reminds me of Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, that's what
Right?
it was. That's what I was thinking of. Not
Exactly,
Trix.
and Jessica knows what I'm
Not
talking
Trix.
about. So the flavor in Fruit Loops is the lime leaf, right? You guys ever think about
Get in
that?
there, Chef.
Every time.
I know.
It blew my
Crazy.
mind the first time I ever.
Same.
That was literally in my brain when I was 18 and first smelled the lime leaf. I
A
was like,
young Maine stallion.
Love Mainer, yeah.
And so we're also going to need a little bit of citrus. So we got some limes coming at you. And we're actually going to use the zest and the juice. Okay, so we'll show you. And this zest is also going to keep our curry nice and green. All right, so you're kind of seeing a pattern here.
Wow.
A lot of green stuff, right? So green curry. And if you were making yellow curry, you'd have a lot more yellow stuff. And so it's very color coordinated, which makes my OCD sing.
Oh my gosh.
So we're happy over here.
It's amazing. Wow. It's like how this cocktail is red.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Lady in red. All right, and so we're gonna need some herbage. So we got this cilantro, and we're gonna use the stems and the leaves. And so making curry paste from scratch is a great way to utilize any of those herb stems because they have a lot of flavor in them still. So using herb stems is usually something I always like to teach people because they have a great flavor.
Beautiful.
And then something a little non-traditional, we're using butter because it's butter, right? And so usually you would fry your curry paste in a little bit of coconut oil. It's pretty traditional. But I had a chef that did it in butter here when I was working at this restaurant called The Progress, and I've never looked back since. So it's going to kind of change that up a little bit. But I do suggest doing it in coconut oil just to get that traditional flavor, but mo butter, mo better. All right, and then we got a couple questions out there I saw asking about the shrimp paste. That shrimp paste is actually in this container of fish sauce, all right? And so you can see those little giblets right there. That's actually the shrimp paste has already been dolloped in there with the fish sauce. And for those who've never worked with fish sauce before, it's a very, very awesome Southeast Asian ingredient. And basically what it is, it's either anchovy or krill that has been salted heavily and then fermented for 2 years minimum, okay?
Whoa.
So it is like the James Brown of condiment. It brings the funk. Okay, and Southeast Asian food has a lot of funk to it, but what's really cool is that saltiness brings a lot of umami to your dishes. And so once you kind of taste it, you can see it's not very much, right? And there's only about a tablespoon of that shrimp paste, and that's just going to kind of elevate and just kind of round out our dish a little bit. Okay,
love it.
And then shrimp paste is almost exactly the same thing, but it's paste with shrimp or krill as well. Okay, and if you ever want to buy fish sauce or shrimp paste, you just go to your local Asian store. And honestly, I'm pretty sure Whole Foods sells it now too because everybody loves umami these days. Everyone's a big fan of the umami bombs.
Yep.
Awesome. And then of course, we got that Balinese truffle salt. Y'all know this one.
Boom.
Classic Balinese truffle salt. We're gonna add a little bit of Bali to our Thai curry as well.
There we go.
All right, so that's all the ingredients and the equipment you're gonna need. And we got our cocktails. And so if you guys are ready to get this party started, let's go ahead and see some thumbs up out there. Are we getting excited out here?
All right.
Very nice.
We're coming around the room over here.
We're coming
We want to
around.
see those thumbs ups. We got DJ Bert in the house.
Mary Lee Ryan over here.
Mary Lee Ryan.
Oh.
What about Charlene Sprinkle?
Charlie Sprinkle
Oh,
is a legend.
Charlene.
Legend.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Susan and Brian over here. Oh, we got the Kelly and Douglas show.
Ah,
The Kelly
Burbank,
and Douglas
California
show.
representing. Let's get it.
There
We got Liz hanging out. Look at that. Knees and paws ready to rock. Incredible.
Wow, Brit.
Oh, Megan over here. Oh, get it.
Look
Get
at
it.
Matt and Molly over there.
Oh, here we go. Megan over here. We got
All right.
Karen.
We got Karen Townsend over here too.
Just getting it.
Oh, look at this little sous chef.
Hi, friends.
Oh, look at
We
this
got
little one.
Lucia. Looking
Hi.
awesome. All right. All right, let's get into it, guys. All right,
Okay.
so the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to focus on this rice just a little bit. All right, and
All
so,
right.
like I said earlier, and if you haven't taken out your fish, sorry, let's do that first. If you haven't taken your fish out of that packaging, go ahead and do that real quick. We just want to get this tempering. All right, and if you guys have taken a class with us, you guys know that tempering is great for proteins because we just want to get that meat to room temperature so that it cooks nice and evenly. All right. If you guys have taken a steak class with us, you guys know that move well. Awesome.
That's a fact.
And so we're on step 1 of that how to prep. And so go ahead, and if you haven't taken out that rice out of this container, go ahead and get that rice into your fine mesh strainer.
Okay.
And you're gonna come on over with those bowls, and you're gonna rinse this rice out until the water is clear, okay? I've gone ahead and I've done that already, but I'll show you guys the move, okay? So you come on over and you get that bowl full of water, right? Then you put the rice in there, and you wanna give it a good shimmy, all right? Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. And so you can see my water is nice and clear because I've done this a couple times. And then you wanna move that rice around because you wanna get all the starch washed off. And then you're gonna come on over and you're gonna pour that water, catching that rice, and you're gonna repeat this a couple times, all right? Until that water is nice and clear. And at first it's gonna be super cloudy, but then after a while it'll get clear. So everyone just take a minute, get to your sinks over there and just rinse that rice out until it is nice and clear, that water.
And then what does rinsing the rice do exactly?
So rinsing the rice is basically sort of washing off some of those starches that have developed. And when you're making coconut rice, you really want those grains to be nice and individual. So when you rinse off that outer starch that's kind of been hanging out in that bag, it's just gonna sort of help you get that nice texture. Very similar idea of when you sort of fry your grain of rice for like risotto. Same kind of idea, but we're using water instead. All right. So I see some people rinsing off. And then once you've gotten that clear water, go ahead and just come up to the camera. Give me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure everyone feels good. Awesome.
Jennifer's good. We're at Cass's house. They're good.
Perfect.
Chef Susan.
Crush it.
Okay, we're good. Yep.
Awesome. All right. And so once you've rinsed the water out, now you're going to get clean water again. I know this is complicated, but it's going to make a huge difference on your texture, I promise. And you're going to go ahead and now we're going to soak that rice for 15 minutes. All right.
Okay.
Boom. Easy. And I'm going to keep that little setup that I have because I'm going to strain it out again. All right. So keep your little setup because in 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead and strain it out. Okay. And so I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have messed up many a batch of coconut rice in my lifetime. All right. And so I'm telling you now, this is the best way to do it. And I've honestly cooked coconut rice so many times. We have a joke in my house where they're like, oh, are you braising rice again? And I'm like, listen, just mess it up once. All right. It's not a big deal. So I'm telling you guys, this is the best way to make coconut rice from trial and error from a professional or semi-professional.
Yeah.
That was a bold statement, but I stick by it.
Chef, I will say professional.
Thanks, Chef. All right.
But in all honesty, cooking rice is cooking rice properly is really tough.
It is.
You know, it's honestly probably one of the simplest and hardest things to do right.
It's true. It's stressful. It's definitely a stressful thing. All right. So is everybody soaking out there?
All right. You got
Everyone
that rice
summer
soaking.
soak? All right. We got that timer out for you guys.
Charlene Ploss, you good?
Charlene.
Okay,
Hi,
perfect.
Charlene. Hi. Oh, so excited to meet you. So nice to see your face. All right. And so we got our step one out of the way.
Yeah, we do.
And so while we're waiting for our rice to soak, we're gonna go ahead and start with our paste, okay? And so the move with this is we have our mortar and pestle, and we're gonna start breaking down some of the harder ingredients first. And so that way we can smash those up. Those oils and that flavor will kind of secrete into our mortar and pestle, and then we'll start to develop all of those flavors, okay? And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that galangal, all right?
The galangal.
The galangal, Chef. And we're gonna go ahead and get that out of the bag.
Okay.
And galangal is also known as Thai ginger, in case anyone sees Thai ginger. That's the same exact thing. And I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but usually with ginger, you can sort of peel it with a spoon. Galangal has a little bit more of a fibrous skin to it. And so really the best way to do it is get a flat side of that so that it's nice and stable. And then use your knife and just sort of peel away the skin.
Yep.
Just going nice and slow, okay? Because this is very fibrous and you have to put a little bit of pressure on your knife. So when you're doing this, go nice and slow and keep those fingertips behind those knuckles, okay? Super, super important. Because you can slip and that's just no fun for anybody, really.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so you're saying they call it Thai ginger?
Thai ginger, Chef. Yes. And so sometimes you'll get a little bit of that excess skin. So if you got any bit of dryness over there, just go ahead and get rid of that. You don't need that in your life.
Okay.
But you can steep this with stuff if you want to make like a galangal simple syrup. Any of this trim is excellent for that.
Wow.
Perfect. And so we're gonna come on over here and we're just gonna start cutting this into smaller pieces. All right, being very careful with those knives. I'm just sort of cutting them into strips, and then I'm cutting it into about this size piece. All right, this is just gonna help us out when we get it into that mortar to sort of get it all to the same size.
So we're just kind of giving a quick dice on this galangal?
Yeah, like a little rough chop, chef.
A little rough chop over here.
My dices have never been excellent, but a rough chop I can absolutely do. No problem.
Rock out the rough chop.
Yeah, rocking out that rough chop. All right. And so the move when you're kind of doing this is you're going to get all of the harder ingredients nice and in the same size, and then we'll start rocking it in that mortar and pestle. All right, so kind of put that to the side here. Put that galangal right there. And then I'm going to come on over here and get all those cloves of garlic out.
And I just want to ask real quick, if you guys don't put your hands up, how many of you is this your first time working with galangal out there?
All right,
Look at
awesome.
that. Look at how many people are using galangal.
Give it a smell. It's very, very different. It's very similar to ginger, but it also has sort of a floral note to it, right? It's a little less spicy in the spicy level, and so it kind of, you can use a lot more, and it's a little bit fruity.
Yeah,
I'd say.
And then in the chat over here, Cassie's saying,
oh, it smells like mustard.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Personally, I always kind of thought that.
Oh, like Dijon. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I'm gonna steal that from you, Cassie. When next time someone's like, "What's it smell like?" I'm gonna be like, Dijon mustard. All right. And so now we're moving on to our next little sort of aromatic. So I have these 5 cloves of garlic, and I personally love garlic. All right. So if you guys are a little bit garlic sensitive, you can do 3 cloves, but try the 5 and see if you like it, because it does give a really nice flavor to this paste. And so because we're going to be smashing this up anyways, I like to do the grandma sort of get my knife here and just smash it, right?
Oh my gosh.
I come on over here, just smash it.
Whoa.
I know. Do it again.
Oh my gosh.
And then that way, as you peel it, it's a lot easier, and it's already sort of smashed up. So we're hitting 2 birds, 1 stone here.
Look at that.
And then it just comes right out, okay?
And
just like that.
You can get out a lot of your frustration.
Honestly, if you're having a bad day, you just go, I'm gonna be right back. You grab a head of garlic.
Smash that garlic. Oh, over Stacy Bailey over there. She is showing that garlic who is boss right now.
All right, and so what I like to do, just like the galangal, right? I just kind of come on over here, and we just do a quick sort of roughish dice. All right, doesn't need to be perfect. Just kind of cut it in half. And then if you have any of those harder, more fibrous roots, go ahead and just discard those, right? Anything that's sort of a little too fibrous like that, go ahead and just get rid of that.
Okay.
We don't need that in our lives.
No, we don't.
We just need lady in reds, I think, mostly.
Yeah, we do. And as some of you will notice out there, I see some of you doing an excellent job of this, but as Connie is doing all of the work, I'm making sure to drink this cocktail over here.
I feel the support, though. You know?
Right?
It's all about support, and
this is a support system that we have created over here as we work together.
It's part of the Truffle Shuffle motto. Don't forget to support your friends.
That's true.
All right. So we got galangal, we got garlic, and they're all very similar in size, right? So we're kind of building up our situation here.
Yep.
And then with these shallots, right, we're gonna move on to our shallots. And yeah, if you need to take a sip of that cocktail first, go ahead. There's a lot of breaks. We're gonna get there. Oh, hi, Rick. I didn't see you. Hey, Rick. It's nice to see you, bud. All right.
Rick is remaining hydrated. I think he's got it in a squeeze bottle.
I love it.
It's like in a water bottle.
All right.
All right, we got Chef Rick Leonard over here.
Get a rag.
Look at that cocktail in a water bottle.
Yes. For those who don't know Rick, just know that Rick is the absolute boss of the kitchen. All right, that's all you need to know. All right, and so sometimes these shallots, they give you a 2-for-1 special. All right, and we just need 1. So I have 2. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the bigger side of that, get that other one out of my way. And then we're gonna show you guys how to dice this shallot, kind of how we do in the restaurants. But honestly, for this, you really don't need it to be so precise because you're just gonna hit it in the mortar and pestle. But it is a nice technique to show if some people like to cook a lot and need a little help with knife skills.
Okay.
So the best way to sort of dice this is you got those 2 little ends here, right? You got that hairy part. That's the root.
Yep.
That's what it grows off of. Yeah, isn't that cute? Little hair. It's like a little troll. And then you got This is why I work here, because I get to play with my food all day. All right, and so you got that little skin part. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna discard that extra skin. All right, and expose that onion. And then that root is gonna be with us the entire time. So just be friends with it. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, how you doing?
You're leaving the little troll hair on.
Troll hair is remaining on.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this right in half until I got 2 little shallot rainbows.
Wow.
All right, reading rainbow of shallot. And then I'm gonna come on over here and just grab that outer skin, and sometimes just that first layer too, depending on the shallot. Sometimes that first layer is just a little bit fibrous.
Okay.
And this is honestly, this technique is how you would cut any onion, whether it's red, white, yellow. I think that's all the colors. Nothing is anymore.
Of onions?
Purple, yeah, of onions.
Green.
Green onion. Oh yeah, there you go. And so keeping that root on, you're gonna make a couple incisions, all right? Vertical first, then horizontal, and then you're gonna dice. Okay. So I'll show you what I mean. You got the root away from you. You're gonna come on over here, making little incisions, going all the way to the board, but not all the way to the root. And then you're gonna make your horizontal cut, keeping your hand above that knife. You don't wanna accidentally cut yourself. And then you come on back and you got a little bit of a sort of crisscross applesauce. You guys see that tic-tac-toe? And then all you have to do is come on over here and you get a nice little dice.
Wow.
So the space between each incision that you initially make is going to determine the size of your dice. All right. And so if you want to make smaller sizes, you can just go ahead and make them a little bit tighter. And what's really cool about this technique is that you don't have to move the onion the entire time. You just keep it right where it is, and then you just sort of move around it. And that just makes your cutting a lot more efficient.
Look at that.
Boom. Look at our little mise en place show. We got all these aromatics going on. Okay.
Incredible.
And so now that we have sort of our base, right, we have sort of the more fibrous pieces of this curry. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab that mortar and pestle, and we're going to do the first round of what I like to call the old smashy, right? That's a professional term.
Technical term.
Technical term, smash. The old. And so we're going to do this in layers, right? Because we want to develop those layers of flavor. So grab that galangalol first. All right, grab that galangalol first. Get it in there. And Chef, do you want to start smashing this?
I would absolutely love.
All right, get in there, start smashing that up, and you're gonna smash down while rotating. Smash down and sort of stir it up as well. All right, and you really just want to smash, and you're gonna start to smell those juices kind of come out, and you're just getting all those aromatics in. And we put the galangalol in first because it's the hardest one to do, right? And so we want to start off where we have a lot more surface space in that mortar and pestle. And honestly, if stuff starts flying everywhere, that is part of the flavor. You know, you're doing it right. You're doing it right when it smashes everywhere.
Perfect. What I like too is going to our board cam over here, and you can really see
the fireworks.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Perfect.
We're getting somewhere.
There we go. Nice, Chef. Yeah, and just like Chef Tyler's doing, you want to really get in there and do a smash motion. He's kind of coming down, and as you continue to smash it, it sort of gets crushed, and that's how you get all of those delicious flavors out of that galangalol, and you even start to smell it as well. All right. And so the reason why we're going to do this in layers is also so that the aromatics have time to marinate with each other, right? And so you're getting that water out, you're letting that marination come out, and it's going to start smelling really, really good.
Awesome.
Chef, that's perfect.
This is perfect?
That's perfect.
Stop here?
Yeah, stop right there.
I was going to say, I don't use enough mortar and pestles in my
I know, when you don't do it, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, and so we're kind of at this base layer, right? It's not perfectly pasted, but it's pretty smashed up.
Okay.
Smells incredible. That Dijon mustard in the air is smelling great.
That Dijon over at Cassie's house.
And you're also noticing it as you're smashing it. It's giving you more space in the mortar and pestle. All right, and so that's another reason you do it in layers, is so that you can continue to add more space to your situation. And if you're, Charlene, if you want to do all of this in the food processor, absolutely. Oh my gosh, yes. But this is way more fun. Isn't this fun, guys? You guys? Everyone have fun? All right.
Margaret's having fun.
Margaret's having a great time. All right, and so we're smashing. Now we got the garlic in there, guys, right? Now we're adding the garlic. Oh, Cassie, let's get it, Cassie. Nice. And same idea. We're just smashing it up and we're developing those flavors. And you know what we're doing? We're making a paste.
Yeah, we are.
Jennifer, JJ, Bisbo, excellent job out there.
I was gonna say, do you want to see some of them smashing it up out there?
We're coming in.
Beautiful. There we go.
All right, we want to check out. We got JJ Bispo over here.
Dan and Kelly.
Oh my God! Dan and Kelly are gonna ghost us real quick. They're gonna get that out of
Martin and Craig over there.
Nice. Oh, nice mortar and pestle with the spout. All right.
Oh, Martin and Craig. Oh,
Aaron and David.
we got David himself over here. I'm glad David is doing this class with no sleeves on. I'm
Look
very
at that.
glad.
Yeah, work it, David.
Look at David
Work it,
Lentz
David.
over here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What are we doing over
Best
here?
biceps in Texas right there.
God looking good.
Got Katie giving out moral support.
Stacey,
Love
what
that,
you got over
Katie.
here, Stacey?
Stacy Bailey over here is using. Oh, is that for? Oh, look at that. That's like the little smoothie maker.
Oh, there's a little food processor over there.
Sam and Cliff are nailing it.
Oh yeah, they're like, you guys relax. You guys relax out there. Perfect. Nicely done.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make another cocktail if you're using a food processor out there.
Isabella over there. How we doing, Isabella?
Nice.
Angelina, you get over there.
I don't get it, Jeff. Thank you. Oh, get it, Thomas. Oh, nice mortar and pestle out there.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Thomas nailing it.
Yes.
All right, Angelina.
Yeah. Jenny, how we doing?
Oh, nice mortar and pestle. We got a mocha gente in action right now. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right.
Nice job, Jenny.
And so now we got our garlic and our ginger, our galangal, in there. And now we're going to add our shallot. So you can see as we sort of add those layers, you're getting a little bit more room in your mortar and pestle. And you're also developing that flavor. And it's already starting to smell pretty good in here.
Yeah, it is.
Not just that lady in red. It's also this mortar and pestle.
We got a message in the chat bar over here, which is
Aw.
very important. Ben Harrington saying, Chef Connie rules.
Oh, I know who Ben Harrington is. We all know who Ben Harrington is. All right, and so we got our shallot in there, and I believe that is the timer for our rice.
Oh,
my gosh!
timer has gone off.
Timer has gone on. And so what we have right now in our mortar and pestle, so we're just trying to be as efficient as possible. And so let's go ahead and just get our mortars and pestle. We're gonna let these flavors sort of develop for a second,
Okay.
and we're just gonna focus on our rice again. Okay.
All right.
And so come on over here, and once that rice is soaked for 15 minutes, all right, we're gonna come on over and we're gonna strain that one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Chef, you could scoop for me.
I would love to.
That would help very much.
Yep.
And so we're gonna get this one last final strain because we want to make sure our rice and water ratio is correct. And so getting all of that water off this rice is very, very important. And so that way, as you measure your liquid, it's the right amount.
And so we're making coconut rice right now, but even if we weren't making coconut rice, would you still rinse it and soak it?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Depending on what kind of rice you're making, there's some where you don't need to. But for this application, because the coconut milk is so viscous and thicker, you kind of need a little bit of help because you don't need to add any more thickness to it. So you're trying to get rid of that starch to help with that texture. I like to use the word viscous. I like to get it in when I can.
Yeah.
So you'll hear it a couple more times.
Okay. We can make a drinking game out of it. Every time Chef Connie says viscous, you guys got a drink out there. Okay. Yeah. Will Hall knows what I'm talking about.
He's like, it's about time we got a drinking game
He's
in
like,
here.
I've been waiting for this the entire
Sam
time.
and Cliff over there.
Sam and Cliff.
All right. And so now that we've drained out this rice yet again,
Yeah.
all right, it's nice and as dry as it can be. Let's come on over to that pot that has the lid. All right, pot that has the lid, very important.
Yep.
And go ahead and just dunk it right in there. All right. So we got our 2 cups of rice in there.
Excellent.
We can go ahead and just get that water out of the way.
All
Chef.
right,
Thank
we're
you
gonna
so
dump this
much.
down the drain.
Beautiful. For the homies. All right. So go ahead and now that we've gotten our rice into our pot, we're gonna need 1 of those cans of coconut milk. And if you've never used coconut milk, you gotta shake it up really well before you open it. Because there we go, Casey. Just like we were with that lady in red. Yeah, there we go, Sam and Cliff, perfect. Because those milk solids rise to the top. And so you wanna make sure, just like a can of paint, right? You wanna make sure it's all nice and together. Oh, I'm seeing some good shaking out there. Nicely done. Oh God,
Yeah.
Team Will Hall, look at this. Help
over at Will Hall's house. Let's see that shaking out there.
Yes.
Oh, Kathleen, I see you shaking.
Oh, there we go, Kathleen Ball.
Oh,
Getting it.
Charlene,
You got
shaking.
Charlene shaking it like a pro. Oh
Ah.
my gosh, Cassie's house.
Cassie's like, oh, like this? Oh, I got it. No
Every
problem.
ounce of that coconut milk is definitely going to be
Bill.
shaken.
Yes, Bill. Get it.
Oh, Brady David. Oh.
Yes. Oh, we got some fresh herbs coming out of the garden.
Yeah, we
right there.
do. Matt,
Oh, double shake. Double shake.
we got
Perfect.
Molly over here shaking it, and
Yes.
Matt, what are you doing over
Yeah,
there?
Matt, what's going on over there?
Oh, he's mortar and pestle. Okay.
He's like, I'm doing work. What am I doing? All right, perfect. And so, since we're opening up one of those cans, let's go ahead and just open both of them up. Let's just get it done. All right, and I've
Okay.
opened one up.
So we're opening 2 cans right
Yeah.
now, Chef.
We're just gonna open up both cans.
2 cans.
Might as well.
Kevin Gates style.
And we're gonna go ahead and one of these cans we're gonna put to the side. We don't need that right now. And then go ahead and take that first can and just get that into your pot.
Mmm.
All right, get all that in there. And you can see how viscous it really is.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And so here's a little Nona trick. All right, this is how my dad does it. This is how my Grammy did it.
Yeah.
So you got all this stuff in here, right? You got all that those giblets in there. But we need to add a half cup of water. So what do? Come on over here. Measure out that half cup of water
Wow.
and pour it into that can and get all those giblets. All right, give it a twirl. Give it the old vino twirl. All right, get all those little melts, coconut fat out of there. Viscous, Casey. Viscous. And then go ahead and add that half cup of water, utilizing all that stuff in there.
Wow.
That's a little trick of the trade right there. And so what we got in here is a can of coconut milk and a half cup of additional water, and we're just gonna give that a good mix. All right, give that a really good mix. And you can see that water really helps out with that viscosity.
Oh.
All right. And so we're coming on over here, and you can see that ratio working.
Wow. Nice ratio.
Beautiful ratio over there. I'm having too much fun. It's my day off, and I'm in charge. So here we go. All right.
There you go.
And so once you've gotten those 2 cups of rice, they've been rinsed, soaked, and now mixed with 1 can of coconut milk with an additional half cup of water. Let's go ahead and turn that on. All right. And we're gonna bring this up to a simmer. So you want to turn that on high. You can go ahead and turn that on high.
We're on high heat right now.
And if your rice comes up to a simmer before mine does, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put a lid on it and turn the temperature as low as you can, okay? And so I hopefully will meet up with you guys, but for now, just stay close to it, all right? Because that will simmer faster than you think. And if yours simmers before mine, just go ahead and know you're gonna put the lid on and you're gonna bring the temperature down, and then we're gonna start a 15-minute timer, all right? Does that make sense to everybody so far? We'll see some thumbs up. We want to make sure everyone feels good. Okay, excellent.
All right.
And Jennifer's asking no salt in the rice. Jennifer, I like to add the salt at the end is what I like to do. And that way I have a little bit more control of the salt when I do it at the end instead of before. But that's a great question. Absolutely great question.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great question.
And so I got my lid ready to go, and I'm going to wait till this gets nice into a simmer. And so now that that's out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get back to that paste.
Wow.
All right. So we're coming on over here,
Okay.
and we got our shallot. And Chef, do you want to keep grinding that away?
I would love to.
All right, so we got shallot, garlic, and galangal in there. All right, we're getting our base notes down. Karen is really getting that technique down there. Nice job, Karen.
Yes, she
Beautiful.
is.
Awesome.
All right. And so we're just going to keep moving at this. And you say we're going to keep going until it's a nice paste?
Yeah, it's going to be like a rough paste. It's not going to be perfect like you would if you were using a Roku or a blender, or excuse me, food processor or a blender. But it is going to be nice, and it's going to have a little bit of texture. So, Bill, the temperature for the rice is I put mine on high so that it could come up to a simmer. All right, awesome. No problem. And so, check it out. See, this is why you stay close to your rice. Look at my rice here. It's already coming up to that nice simmer. You guys see that? Really full simmer. But the secret with rice is that whenever you're looking at a recipe and it says bring up to a simmer, you want to make sure that the center is simmering, okay? Because if you see it on the outside, it's sort of getting hot on the outside, but the center is really what you're looking for, okay? And so I see those that simmering happening in the center there, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and put that lid on.
Okay.
And bring it all the way down to low. All right, and then DJ Bert, could you start us off with a 15-minute timer? All right, and once you guys have your rice simmering, covered with the lid and on low, just give us a thumbs up if you guys are with us. If it's not quite there yet, no worries at all. Just keep an eye on it, and you should be on your way. Oh, we got Cheryl adding both coconut rices to it. Coconut milk, Cheryl. If you want to just go ahead and just pour out that other coconut, you can save that, no problem. You can absolutely save that. Awesome, no worries. At least it's not cooked, so you're good to go. Awesome. All right, Chef, that's looking so good.
That's good.
It's looking great. And
Keep
so
going.
that's looking perfect.
Okay.
All right. And so the last thing we're gonna do, I kind of forgot you were doing that for a second. I was like, what are you doing over there?
Gives me a project.
Yeah. And so now that we have most of our harder pieces of aromatics, let's go ahead and grab that lemongrass. All right, this is lemongrass.
Time to bust out the lemongrass.
Bust it out. All right. It's going down. It's going down right here. All right, and so we got this beautiful piece of lemongrass.
There we do.
Honestly, for the paste, we only need a little bit, okay? And then this part, we're gonna just steep with our lime leaves as well, okay? Ooh, Casey just viscousing it up. And so the part that I'm gonna cut, just like we did that galongolo, keeping your hands nice and secure, you're gonna trim off some of that more fibrous root, right? And then you're just gonna cut yourself about a 3-inch piece.
Okay.
Right. And then sometimes that little outer layer is a little bit not what you want, undesirable, if you will. And so you kind of get that nice, clean lemongrass. And we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do just like we did the shallots, right? We're gonna cut this into smaller pieces. And so that way it's just easier to mortar. And with this one, you want to go a little bit smaller because lemongrass is very, very fibrous.
Okay.
And another great reason why doing this in the mortar and pestle is better, because if you try and blend lemongrass, it's really fibrous and it's actually kind of wears down on your motor of your food blender. And so kind of doing it in the mortar and pestle is also going to save the life of your blender. Okay, and that's another reason you can do it as well. And so we have about this much. I would say it's about a tablespoon and a half.
Yep.
And we're going to go ahead and add that to our beautiful paste that's just developing in all these flavors. And you're thinking, oh, but what about, you know, this other guy? This is great for 2 more batches of curry. And then for these sort of smaller, sort of stockier guys, what we're going to do is we're going to steep it in our curry. And the move with that is you take the back of your knife and you're going to come over here and you're going to smash it. And you're going to see all of this sort of liquid come out. And we're going to go ahead, give that a quick smell. That smells like cleaning product. Mrs. Meyer. It smells so good. It smells very fresh. So if you guys have never used lemongrass before, go ahead, give it a smell after you smash it.
Yeah,
All
you gotta smash it first.
Yeah, smash it first. And so we will steep this in our curry later, okay? So we're just gonna utilize this. And so once you get it nice and smashed up, just put it to the side, and the stuff that you did cut, you're gonna put into your mortar and pestle. Oh, Jenny is asking, sorry to repeat that. So Jenny, what we did is the stuff that we did cut, we put it into our mortar and pestle, and this extra guy, we just sort of smashed it with the back of our knife, and we're gonna use this for just a little additional flavor. This is off script, guys. We're getting crazy over here.
We're getting wild.
Yeah, we're getting wild up here. I had a couple lady in reds, and I'm feeling crazy.
Oh, that's not bad.
All right. So just like everything else, we're gonna go ahead and smash, smash, smash. And this one's gonna be a little bit easier because if you guys are noticing, the shallots have a lot of water in them, and so it's kind of creating a little bit of a nice sort of liquid situation, and that's gonna help you smash as well. All right, adding that little bit of water to it is gonna just smash it up a little bit more easily.
Yeah, nice. So at this point, we got galongal,
Boom.
garlic, shallots,
What?
and lemongrass.
Eat it. That's right, Chef.
That's a lot of flavor.
Roll call.
That's a lot of flavor in
There's a lot of flavor.
mortar and pestle going on right now.
All right. Boom. All right, and so once you guys have all of your baseline fibrous aromatics in there, go ahead and hold your mortar and pestles up. We want to see all of those pastes happening right now. We want to see them in action. Nice. There we go.
All right, we got DJ Bird
Oh, we're coming
in
Beth.
here. All right, Brent. All right, Beth, let's see it.
Oh, look at that. she's in there. Oh, we got Bray and David giving us up close.
We got Bray and David showing us how to mortar and pestle like a pro. And then we got.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Casey getting it right now.
Look at the viscosity in that baby in red next to it. It's amazing. John, nice. Nice pace.
Oh, Rick.
Oh, Rick, getting it,
Fresh
Rick.
Chef Rick Leonard over here. He's making that pace.
Angelina.
Angelina Mondavi.
What? Sorry, just quickly. What if it's?
Alright, Liz. How's that pace looking?
And we got Debbie over here.
Oh, look at that mortar
Oh,
and
nice.
pestle.
Oh man, that is a muffin head name I've ever seen. Hi, Brad. Alright.
Yeah, Chef Karen. How is his pace looking?
Ah!
Oh, Katie.
Beautiful. Nicely done. Look at that.
Kitty over there. We got
We got you the blender. There we go.
Haley over here.
Oh, Karen, get it, Karen. Get it, Karen.
Wow.
We got the bullet working hard over there. Oh, there we go. Right there. Perfect. Nicely done.
Luis and Anna over here. And Luis, nice job bringing that cocktail.
Perfect. All right, and so you guys are crushing it. Let's just take a minute.
Yes.
You guys are physically crushing it. You're
Fact.
mentally crushing it. And so
Yep.
let's just take a minute to appreciate what you guys have done so far. Incredible.
Crushing it at all levels.
And so now we're sort of letting these flavors start to develop. And even if you're using that food processor or blender out there, you're seeing adding it in layers is also super helpful to kind of get that nice and mixed up and smooth. Okay. And so we got our baseline over here, and we're just gonna go ahead. And now that that's sort of marinating, now we're gonna start talking about the greens, Chef. The greens.
The green part of this green
The
curry.
green part of this green curry. And so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna grab those peppers. Okay.
Yep.
And so we're gonna de-seed these peppers. And if you like a little bit of heat, what you can do is you can keep the peppers in the serrano, but go ahead and let's go ahead and de-seed them. So that way, next time you can say, okay, you know what? I wanted that to be a little spicy, but I like to make my base of my curry sort of medium so that people can pick and choose what their spice level is.
Okay, so we're going medium spice over
We're gonna
here.
go medium. So we're gonna keep some of the seeds of that serrano, but I'll show you guys the best way to de-seed a pepper. All right.
Okay.
And so what I like to do, I'll start with the bigger one first because it's a little bit easier. You're gonna go ahead and cut off that stem, right?
Excellent.
That nice and good. And what I like to do is I actually cut it in half and then in quarters.
Okay.
And this is a little bit, everyone does it a little bit differently, but I think this is just the easiest way. And once you got the quarter here, it's almost flat, which makes it a lot easier to come on over here and sort of just skim off those seeds. All right, in just one fell swoop. And
That
if you
is
have a
genius
couple,
right there.
if you have a couple of stems, seeds in there, no worries. That's just a little extra flavor. So we're coming on over here. And so depending on your spice level too, you can always add another serrano or another jalapeno, whatever your heart desires. But always sort of taste it first before you commit to the picante.
And one of the things that I thought was super cool is, so the seeds are where a lot of the spiciness is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seeds in that pith too. So that's why we're getting rid of it over here. Like many times the actual skin itself is not as spicy as the seeds in the pith are.
Yeah, totally. And they have a really great flavor on their own. And so we're gonna do a medium spice level because Chef Tyler likes it hot. All right, and so I'm gonna keep the seeds of half of that serrano, just right there. It's gonna keep that all intact. And then that other half, I'll do the same exact thing as I did with that jalapeno, and just get it all up out of my business.
And then
Thank you, DJ Bird.
what are the flavor differences of these two peppers that we got right here?
So I feel that serranos have a little bit more of a sting to it, a little more of a bite in the way of spicy.
Yep.
And then jalapenos have a little bit more of a vegetational flavor, kind of like a green bell pepper, but also adding to that spice level. And they're great for jalapeno poppers. We got some jalapeno popper fans out there. Jalapenos are the pepper for you.
Thumbs up if you like jalapeno poppers out there.
Unanimous? Yeah. Oh, Karen, David, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Vicky.
And so just like everything else, guys, we're going to get this kind of cut up. And if you're using that food processor out there, you can probably just pop these right in. All right, but for us, I'm going to help Chef Tyler out if he keeps mortaring and pestling and just getting this nice and small.
Okay. And one thing you don't want to do is, as you're cutting these peppers, don't touch your eyes.
Ooh, yeah.
I know it might sound like obviously, Tyler, you wouldn't touch your eyes, but I gotta be honest with you, I've done that so many times in my life. I just want to share that with all of you out there.
Or if you're going to the bathroom, just cuidado. Okay?
Yeah, con cuidado.
On the bathroom.
Yes.
All right. All right, so now that our little, you see we got a little bit of liquid in our mortar and pestle here, so we're getting a little marination, is what they call that. And so now we're going to add the greens, Chef. Go ahead and get those greens in there.
To our mortar and pestle.
And then we're going to continue to add this flavor. And this seems really crazy and tedious to do in layers, but as it sort of sits and develops, it's going to be really, really good at the end, I promise, okay? And this is a great sort of team building exercise. If you guys want to do, like, you do this one, I do that one. You guys, like, chat about the day. It's like, hey, how was your day? And you're like, oh, you know, just hit a bunch of stuff against some other stuff.
So you're saying for those of you with teams out there doing a little mortar and pestle exercise, very helpful?
It's very helpful. It's like round robin, except you get to eat at the end.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
All right, perfect. Nice. And so we're seeing that beautiful paste. Look at that green. Now it's looking green, guys, right? We promised you green curry.
Starting to get green.
Yeah. Oh, Cheryl's asking the thin piece of lemongrass into the rice pot or hold aside. Right now we're going to hold that aside, Cheryl. Sorry, I just saw that. But yes. For sure.
Off to the side.
All right. Chef, that's looking great.
Perfect.
And at this point, because we have a lot more in that mortar and pestle, it might get a little messy for those who are using the smaller one. All right, but we are going to make this happen.
Making it work.
All right.
What do you think? A little bit more?
That's a little bit more, and then you are good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and so we're just sort of getting this all to the same size. And if it's a little bit chunky, honestly, I personally think it tastes better to get a little bit of that chunk in there. Big fan of the chunk. All right.
Something that also really helps is drinking more cocktail. That's very helpful as you're using this mortar and pestle as well.
Salmon clip, we are using all of the chili. I don't see you, but just know. Awesome. Sweet.
All right.
And so, Chef, that's looking perfect. So we got a little bit of green. Yes, lemongrass is into salmon clip. Absolutely. Perfect. And so just to recap, we got galangal, ginger, garlic. Oh, excuse me. That's the same thing. Galangal, garlic. We got our 2 different types of pepper, shallot, and now we're continuing on to the greens. And so go ahead and grab that cilantro. And this is the cool part. We're going to do 2 things. We're going to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to actually come on over here and get our garnish ready for our finished product.
Okay.
And so what I like to do is I just kind of come on over here, and right where that stem sort of ends, I'm just going to go ahead, and I like those really nice sort of plouches of cilantro. So I like those sort of longer little stemmy parts. And so you just sort of cut and trim right where the stem meets more of those little beautiful, and you got this beautiful little garnish. All right, these sort of little plouches, as they call them. I don't know if plouches is a technical term, but
yeah,
it sounds right. It feels
it's a technical term.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Plouche.
1 plouche.
Yeah.
All right, and so guess what? This is green. So we're gonna add this to our guy. And so this is kind of a lot, and so we're just gonna use half of these steps. Okay. And this we can save for another recipe. All right, and I'm gonna do that same thing where I'm just gonna get it to a small size. And you guys, this is the last thing that we are gonna need to cut for this paste. All right, so you guys getting excited? Let's get it.
So close.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and Chef. You do me the honors. This is where it gets kind of crazy.
I would love to.
But don't worry, it's gonna get crazy.
My favorite part is when it starts getting crazy.
And how good does it smell right now, guys, in those kitchens? How good is that curry paste smelling out there? Smelling pretty good.
Oh, that's not bad.
Wow, Australian Brett loves that one.
All right. Beautiful. I see some good mortaring out there. Beautiful. Jamesy, you're absolutely killing it in the chat as well.
Oh.
Chat support crushing it. Jamesy,
as
missed you,
always.
mama. Missed you, mama.
Killing it.
Yes,
Where's she
Jamesy.
at?
There she is. Let's
There
go,
you are.
Jamesy.
What up, Jamesy?
Crushing it on the chat, guys. Let's give it to her. She's doing great.
And that is time.
Is that the timer? All right, guys. So that's the timer for the rice. And so go ahead and come on over to your rice and just turn it off. Okay, just turn it off. Keep that lid on. Very, very important to keep that lid on because you want that steam to continue to cook the rice. Okay. And so if you were with us, that rice timer just went off, and go ahead and just turn that rice off, and you're gonna start to smell that delicious coconut. Chef, nicely done. I know I put you to work. I'm so sorry.
I love it.
I was like, you got strong arms. Let's get it.
Get at it.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful. And so that's looking pretty green, Chef. I don't know about you, but
I mean,
that's looking pretty.
this green
pretty
curry
delicious.
paste is starting to look like it's green.
Yeah. All right.
Starting to look like curry paste as well. So.
Boom. All right. And it's totally cool if you have a little bit of chunk to it. Like, Chef, that looks incredible. That looks so good. All right.
Excellent.
And so the last thing that we're going to need to add to this is a little bit of the zest. All right. And so I'm just going to come on over here and I'm going to zest both of these limes. Okay. And I'm just going to go right into that mortar and pestle. I'm just going to go right in there.
Perfect.
And whenever you're zesting any sort of citrus, it's really nice to sort of use the shape of the lime to your advantage. And I'm just sort of rocking and rolling that lime with the shape. And then every time I do it, I rotate it. And so that way, every time I pass through, I'm only getting the green and none of the pith. Right? And so we're going to come on over here and just get all of that
Lime zest.
lime zest in there.
And lime zest is green.
Say
So
what?
we're adding more green.
Wow.
And so Kelly and Douglas are asking, add cilantro to mortar and pestle. How much?
Oh, the stem. So we used half of the cilantro stems into the mortar and pestle.
Yep.
Just half of them. And then the other half, we're just going to save for a rainy day. All right?
Yeah.
Because it is a lot of zest. Or stem.
You can put this in broth, right?
That's right.
Really nice
Yeah, definitely.
addition.
All right. And so I got my one naked lime here. And now I'm going to get another naked lime.
Lime number 2.
Lime number 2. And we're just zesting away.
Like I used to, I don't love you. You know I can't look into your eyes.
All right.
Just don't get me.
We got Jenny over here
Look
zesting it
into your
up.
eyes. It's going around tonight. I can't look into your eyes. You just don't get me. I can't look into your eyes. Can't stop the storm outside. I
Oh, we
can't.
get it, Charlene. Get it,
All right.
Charlene.
All right, Charlene.
Just don't get me. I can't look into your eyes.
Yeah, look at this teamwork in John's house.
Charlene in the house. She's already blending up that paste. She's hanging out.
David.
All right. All right, Karen and David, how's it looking over there?
You don't want to feel it.
Sun's out, guns out. That's what I'm talking
Karen
about.
saying 1 second.
Bleed it.
Oh
Oh,
You gotta be careful, David.
I don't
David, those biceps over there. You gotta be careful with those, man. Oh my god.
no! Yes.
I knew
We all knew that was gonna
Somehow we knew that was gonna happen. We knew that was gonna happen.
He's like, it's fine, we're fine. As long as you're okay, that's what matters. Alright? Alright, so we got So now we got that lime zest in there, and for this part you just sort of need to just move it around, get that all nice and mixed up in there.
Okay.
Alright?
Wow, that smells
Beautiful.
delicious.
It smells
Oh my
does
god.
not suck, Chef. This smell does not suck.
Nope.
Alright. And so look at this beautiful paste. Look at that. And so what do you think? Could we get DJ Drew to get us some music going on? We haven't seen DJ Drew in a while. We would love to get him
Oh yeah.
working it out. DJ Drew, you want to go ahead? We're going to take a quick 7-inning stretch, all right? And so once everyone's pace is out, DJ Drew is going to play us some jams and just hold up your pace. We want to see those pace out there, all right? And so everyone grab, take a minute, show off that pace, relax those arms a little bit, right? Oh, there we go, John. Beautiful. Nicely done.
DJ Drew, hey!
With somebody who Let's go. Truffle Shuffle, subtle dishes.
This shit that ice cold. Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling.
Okay.
Living
Brett
in the city.
and Britt and David. Okay. Dave's iPad. Oh, that's nice. Okay, Will. There you go, buddy. Okay, Bailey. That looks green. Jessica. Come on. Come on. Come on, Jessica. Hey. There you go. Thomas is in it. Elbows in it. Elbows in, Thomas. Okay.
Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Okay, I want to see some green. Please show me a lot of green. Show me that green. Give me the green light. There you go. Show that green. It looks amazing. Come on. Kelly and Douglas. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Shepherds. Here they go. There they go.
It's DJ Drew. Hey.
Diane and Mitch. Getting it in. Let's get that green, Rick. Yeah. Arlene got the green. The legal green. Go, Jennifer. Hey. Working smarter, not harder. Okay, Dan and Kelly, you're back again. Okay. Live studio audience. Okay. You guys' green looks amazing. Looks really good, guys. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Christopher, Drew, Mark.
DJ
Adam
Drew.
Mark. What a fantastic individual.
Oh my gosh.
One day we'll actually get to party in person. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the day. My dude. All right. And so, honestly, guys, if your pace is a little chunky, that's totally fine. Okay, it's all up to it. It's all gonna get fried up anyways. And so you can even see mine. It's got a little bit of texture to it. We won't even call it chunky. It's textured.
It's texture, Chef.
Nice viscosity in there. Very nice and textured. All right. And so just to recap where we're at right now, right? So we got our rice cooked, chilling to the side with the lid on.
Yep.
Right. We want to at least wait 10 minutes before we open that lid. But because we can just keep that lid on and keep that rice hot as well. Okay. So think about it like your rice is just staying warm. But if you are cooking at home, the next time you do this, just make sure you wait 10 minutes before you open up that lid. All right, very important step of rice cookery. We have our paste ready to rock. We have our garnish also rocking. All right, and that's cilantro. And we are pretty much ready to get cooking. All right, so that was the hard part. So just getting that paste ready, getting those flavors developed, that was the hard part. And so if you haven't already, go ahead and pour yourself another drink. All right, take a minute, and then we're gonna get right into cooking.
Yep. So we got a couple questions in the chat over here. Cheryl and Judah asking, so we actually zested both of those limes?
Yes, both limes.
Judah, yep, 2 of those. And then Vicky is saying, not everything in mortar is real chopped. Is that okay?
Yes, a little bit of texture is totally fine.
Yeah, Vicky, we're calling that texture, Chef.
Awesome.
Excellent. And then
lime juice is gonna be at the end. Okay, lime juice. We're gonna go ahead and give ourselves some lime garnishes.
And then Rachel and Lucia over here asking, added a little bit of water to blender. Tips for frying? ?
Oh, okay, great. So if you have a little bit of water in that paste, totally fine, because we're just going to be frying it in the butter, so that water isn't going to do much. So you're totally fine. It's not like we're frying it in like hot oil. So doing it in butter, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah,
That's a great question.
Butter's got some water in it, so it's a little forgiving.
It's true. It is true. Great point. All right, and so if you guys are ready to go, you feel happy with your curry paste, let's see some thumbs up. You guys ready to get this cooking?
Oh.
All right. Oh, Karen Townsend got another cocktail out of
Karen
the box.
Townsend literally is going into cocktails. Marados over here. Matt and Molly over at the Shepherd household. You guys good over there? Okay, perfect.
Jennifer, oh, we got an empty glass. Not allowed. Oh, no, they're full. Sorry, it's clear.
Oh, they just put more vodka in
more vodka. That is vodka on the rocks, baby.
Smart.
Let's get it.
That's how you do that.
We got Team John over there looking good in those aprons. Looking incredible.
Karen and David.
Hey!
Oh, look at that.
Break the blender.
What do you do when David breaks your more than pencil? You put it in a blender.
You pivot and you pivot hard, Chef. You pivot hard. Amazing.
David,
that is probably
amazing.
the funniest thing that has happened, and I love it. And
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I'm not shocked at all.
Neither am I. We knew this was gonna happen.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Make it a Christmas ornament so everyone knows how strong you are. All right, so let's get to it, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our curry, and then we're gonna cut our vegetables, and then add it to the curry. So let's get it started with that butter, okay? And so we're gonna use 4 tablespoons of butter, which is half of this stick. All right.
Wow.
You come on over here, get in there, and you just go kia right in half.
Yeah.
That's right. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop that into our additional pot. All right. So now we're in that second pot. Do one of these. There we go. Ooh, awesome. And then go ahead. Oh, Angelina's asking how long will that paste last if we have extra? Honestly, Angela, this freezes really, really well. Okay, so if you ever want to make a big batch of paste and freeze it in 1 cup increments, you got a beautiful paste ready to go. All right, that is a great question. All right, so if you guys ever want to save that paste, freezing it is ideal. All right, and if you just put it in the fridge, it'll last about a week. I would say about a week before those flavors start to chill out a little bit. Awesome. So have a stick of butter in the pot, and I'm going to go on a nice medium to medium high heat.
Boom.
All right, medium to medium high heat. And so I'm using this induction burner, so if you guys have a gas stove out there, your medium to medium high might be really crazy, so you just want it at like a nice sort of melting point. All right.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and grab
the wooden spoon.
Go. I'm just going to go ahead and get this butter working out. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to melt this butter until it gets nice and foamy, and then we're going to add that green paste flavor bomb, okay?
Wow. So we got half of that stick of butter in there, Chef?
That's right, 4 tablespoons or 2 ounces or a half stick.
All right, it looks like Jenny over here has been really enjoying this cocktail. And so I'm going to go ahead and read off in the chat bar. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and translate this, Jenny. W = if we got the bundle, do you mean half of stick that you sent? Sorry to be dense. G, got it. Thanks! ! All right, first of all, Jenny. Nice job bringing that cocktail over there, Chef.
We need more Jennies in the world. There we go. Oh, double fisting over there.
Look at this. We got some wine over here too.
All right.
Yeah. So Jenny, we use half of that stick of butter. So about 4 tablespoons.
Wow. All right, and so we are on. Yeah,
Awesome.
Bottoms up, baby. All right, and so I got my butter nice and foamy here, right? And so now I'm gonna come on over with that beautiful paste.
Okay.
And be careful when you drop that because this butter is hot. Okay, so when you guys add that paste, just be careful of that splash zone.
Splash zone.
All right, so I'm gonna come on over here to the side. And so if I do splash, at least it'll be on my pot and not on my body. All right, and so you know your butter is ready because you start to hear it frying immediately. All right, and so that's where that medium to medium high heat is.
Yep.
Right, and so you can see it's a little bit of frying going on over there. I got my wooden spoon over here, and it smells pretty good.
And to clarify, Chef, we're using all that paste, right?
All that paste.
All of that
All right,
paste.
and so roughly, if you guys make a bunch of paste, this is about a cup of finished paste. All right, and so this recipe kind of makes a solid cup. And so if you make like a double batch of this paste, just freeze it in cup increments, and you are good to go for that next batch. Awesome.
Wow.
We're over here, and it's starting to smell pretty great.
Yeah,
right?
it smells unbelievable.
And check it out, guys. It is green.
Look at that.
Nailed it.
We got some green
We got some
paste over
green
here.
paste right here. Say what?
Connie did not lie to you when she said it was going to be green.
I was like, I hope it turns out
Like,
green. Who knows? It's crazy. It's crazy over here. All right, so we're just sort of moving it around, and we're just gonna let this fry for 5-ish minutes. Okay, and we're gonna really let that develop, and so you can see you really wanted to add it to that butter when it's foaming, because you know you're gonna be in here for just a minute. Okay.
And so, what does this step do exactly for the flavor?
So what it really does is it's gonna add that really nice sort of cooked aromatic flavor to it. It's gonna let everything mingle. It's gonna secrete out more of that liquid, right? And it's gonna sort of cut down any of that rawness to it, because sometimes raw ginger or galangal can be kind of intense. And so frying it for a little while is just gonna help it develop some flavor and chill it out a little bit. And it's butter, so yeah, he's gonna get mad at that. I'm not mad. I mean, no one in the live studio audience is mad about that. They just said
Live studio audience, how you guys feel about butter going in this curry?
no butter.
Perfect. Thank you.
There
There they are. We got the live studio audience right there. And Brett. Brett's over there too.
You
Oh
gotta
my
love
gosh.
the energy, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
All right, and so I'm just constantly moving this, right? And you're seeing a lot of liquid sort of come through here,
Yeah, we are.
and it's smelling delicious. And you're getting a little bit of that butter facial. Bad for the pores, but good for your stomach, all right? So if you guys love a good butter facial out there, yeah.
Yeah. People ask a lot how we retain our youthfulness.
Our gorgeous complexion.
I mean, think about it. How much butter do you cook with on a day-to-day basis? And then think of how much butter we cook with on a day-to-day basis.
Do I have to think about it? I don't want to think about it. I'm just gonna push that down. Push that down.
It's my favorite part of cooking.
Yeah, butter.
And then we got a question from Karen and David. Is that deep cut in the live audience? The answer is yes. We got deep cut and Maisha, and that's Jeremy over there too. You just can't see him with the window in the background, but that's Jeremy.
Jeremy, Jer Bear. What's up, Jer Bear? There we go. All right. And so I say 5-ish minutes, but honestly, when I start to see this chili paste, or excuse me, this curry paste sort of get nice and dry,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing it sort of stick to the bottom of the pan, that's how I kind of know it's ready to go.
Okay.
And so we say 5-ish minutes just because it always takes a little bit longer based on how smooth your paste is, right? Based on how much you put in there. Oh, kisses to Jeremy.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Jeremy.
Kisses to Jeremy in the chat.
Jeremy has fans over here.
And honestly, there's some techniques where people will do this for like 10 to 15 minutes. They'll just let it fry and fry and fry and fry. But for this one, I like to just sort of let the curry paste tell me when it's ready. All right, and so I'm seeing that sort of stickage here, right? I'm seeing a little bit of that fond.
Le
That
fond,
fond
the
happening,
pinsage over here.
And so once I start to see that sort of happen, now here comes the funk. Chef, you ready for the funk?
I live for the funk.
You live for the funk, all right? And so go ahead and grab that fish paste and give it a good shake, all right? Because that shrimp paste is in there as well. Yeah, the Casey has got the shake down.
Yeah,
Clean.
they
Yes.
really know how to do this.
Yes. And then if you guys could do yourselves a favor, and when you add this fish paste, step back just a second, because it is it's a show, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, there we Casey's
Wow.
having too much fun over there.
You guys are nailing it over there. Nicely done.
And so go ahead and deglaze with that shrimp paste, fish sauce mixture, and just step back for 1 second, all right? Because it is gonna smell interesting. Okay, it's gonna smell very funky.
Exciting.
Very exciting. All right, just let it sort of die down a little bit, and then just, oh yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Adding to our culinary youthfulness right here.
Boom. All right. And then go ahead and just do yourself a favor. Once it gets nice to deglaze, just go ahead and just turn that off for 1 second. All right, let it turn off, and just let those flavors sort of hang out. And what also is happening is that fish sauce has a lot of umami and saltiness to it. So let's just let that hang out off the heat and let it get nice and seasoned, okay? Do we have to use the paste? No, you don't have to use the paste, but the fish sauce is mixed with that shrimp. So you can just go ahead and skip that step, no problem.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's just turn it off for 1 sec and let this all sort of hang out for just a minute, okay?
All right.
And that's really the beautiful. Oh, can we get the mic closer?
We got Diana Mitch
Yeah,
asking.
Can I get a 1-1? We're back on.
All right, can you hear us better over here, Diana Mitch?
Oh, perfect. All right.
Yep.
Okay, we can hear
I'll
better
start
now.
yelling. I'm not scared.
Sorry,
I'll
Brett's
start
over
yelling.
here doing all types of crazy stuff. Not
Yeah.
entirely sure.
All right, and so now that our beautiful paste is nice and fried off, we got that beautiful fish sauce happening right now. Let's go ahead and grab our chicken stock.
Yep.
Boom.
And if they just have fish sauce at their house and not add in the shrimp paste, it's still gonna taste delicious. Right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. That is funky. I totally agree. You got to bring the funk. All right. All right, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up, and we're just gonna measure out 2 cups of chicken stock.
Okay.
All right. And so what I like to do is I like to use a mason jar, and I got that 2 cup right there. So just come on over here. Whee! And this is a 3-cup bag, so you're gonna have 1 cup of chicken stock for another recipe.
Yeah, you will.
That's a free hookup, free chicken stock for you guys.
You got some free chicken stock to use as you would like.
All right, and so Jesse's asking, yeah, so we're about to add the chicken stock, and so we're about to turn this heat back on, but I just turned it off so that I ensured I didn't burn anything, okay?
That's correct.
All right, because I always just want to make sure I'm in total control of that heat, all right? And so once you have that 2 cups of chicken stock nice and measured out, go ahead and pour that right in.
Beautiful.
All right, and let's turn that back on to a nice medium-high heat, and we're gonna let this come up to a simmer, right?
Okay.
And we're gonna let this sort of hang out for just a few minutes. And so we're at that nice medium heat, and so we're gonna let this very slowly come up to a simmer while we prep out our vegetables.
Beautiful.
We call it multitasking. I know I'm putting you guys to work out there, but it's,
Yeah.
it's all right.
A lot of work associated. So, Chef, again, just to reiterate, you melted half that butter down, sweated out that green curry paste.
That's right.
Okay. And then when we added our fish sauce and shrimp paste and then turned the heat off.
Yes.
And then we added 2 cups of chicken stock, and now we're bringing that up to a simmer.
Exactly.
Okay.
How does everybody feel about that? Thumbs up if you feel good about that.
You guys feeling good?
How's everyone's kitchen smelling? Pretty good?
Nice.
Right? All right. Oh, there we go. We're getting Rick showing us the curry. All
We're
right.
gonna come see some of these thumbs up because we got some very
You want to see?
incredible looking scenes over
get it,
here.
Rick. Get it, Rick.
We got a view of Rick Leonard's stovetop. That's beautiful. All right, we got the Shepherd household showing us the pot again.
I like how they bring the pot over. I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much.
Thank you for bringing the pot to
Susan
us.
and Ryan, get it, Susan and Ryan. Look at that lighting. You guys look incredible in that kitchen.
I like
oh
how,
my
yeah,
gosh.
every time we got Cheryl and Judy over here. Look at that chef's hat.
Judy.
Wow.
She came to party.
Yes, she did. Oh, what about Chef Scott
Oh,
and
Scotty and Kitty, how we doing?
and Katie? Chef Scott. I love how you never see, you only see the top side of Scott because he cooks without pants on. It's
No,
really
dude, no pants allowed at Scott's house. Yes, Scott, show those legs.
Oh, you denied that one.
Oh, look at that beautiful chicken stock looking gorgeous, infusing, if you will.
Over at Will Hall's house, she is literally taking phone calls, cooking curry at the
We
same
got
time.
multitasking. Look at that.
Chef. Get it, Chef.
We call that curry in a hurry in the industry. Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
we got you spotlighted right now.
We
Nice job.
got you. All right, go for it, Mark.
All right,
Oh, look at
Chef.
that pose, Mark. Get it, Mark. Looking good in that Truffle Shuffle outfit.
Mark, nice Truffle Shuffle apron and nice side towel over there too. So nicely done.
Beth, we see you, Beth.
Hey,
All right,
Beth.
we got Beth Gardner.
Hi, everybody. It smells amazing.
Yeah.
There we go, Beth. Off the
Beth,
job.
nicely done.
Cheers.
Oh, we got over at Julia's house too.
We got Frank in the house.
Oh,
That's what it's all about. This is all about.
All right, let's
and then we got Miss Charlene
Charlene
Sprinkle over
Sprinkle,
here.
get it. Out here
How's it
sprinkling.
looking over there, Charlene?
Oh, yes. Look at that beautiful broth. Oh, that's looking gorgeous.
Stunning.
Right. Amazing. And so we're letting this sort of hang out. And And if you guys are at a nice simmer, go ahead and just keep it at a simmer. So if it starts to get a little too hot, just lower that volume. All right, so you're looking for just a nice gentle simmer. All right, we don't want to reduce it too much because all we're really trying to do is just infuse the flavors into that chicken stock. All right, so you see I have that really nice sort of gentle simmer going on, or what I like to call a little happy simmer, right? We like happy simmers.
Happy simmers over here.
Yeah, isn't that sweet? And so while we sort of let this kind of go for a few minutes, now we're gonna go and start cutting up our vegetables. All right.
Perfect.
And so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that beautiful bell pepper.
Green.
And it's green again. Look at us go.
It's a green bell pepper.
All right. And so the way that I like, Katie Lou is asking, when do we add the lime leaf? We will add that after the coconut in just a minute. Okay. Awesome. And so I'm gonna come on over here, and the best way to do a bell pepper that I've seen is that you kind of come over here and you got that top stem here. You're gonna go ahead and just cut that right down.
Okay.
And expose those seeds. Okay.
Yep.
And then I come on over here and I do the same with the bottom. And then this guy is prime time snacking. All right. If you like raw bell pepper, I never really dice this part because it's kind of wonky, but it's really good for snacking. If you guys are hungry out there, give yourself a quick snack. You deserve it. And so, yum. And so now you have a flat side of this pepper, right, nice and safe. And so what I do is I just make one incision right there just to open up the pepper. All right, just a little incision here.
Okay.
And then I come on over to the side and I just sort of follow that pepper, keeping my hands away from the blade as much as possible. And I just sort of scoop out that center.
Boom. Wow.
And then I cut it right in half. And so now it is nice and flat.
Just like that.
And if you guys want, you can dry these seeds out and you can plant yourself a bell pepper plant. Isn't that fun?
Look at that.
Yeah. Utilize. All right. And so what we're going to do here now is we're going to just cut these into little planks. Right? Get everything nice and flat. Get rid of any seeds that might have stayed behind.
Mm-hmm. Bill said that's brilliant.
I got a brilliant out there. Love that. Thank you, Bill.
Pretty exciting,
All right.
Bill.
And so then what we're going to do is now we have a bit of a square, right?
Yep.
And so now all we have to do is make little rectangles. And then you turn those rectangles into little squares. Boom.
Wow.
Easy. So I'm going to go ahead and we got a pretty hungry live audience out here. So
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna get
do.
all this pepper cut up.
Live audience is ready for some curry. Bert, man, love it. Bert is very hungry as well.
All right, and so we got our beautiful peppers going on, and so the last thing that we need to do is cut our little cutie eggplants. Look how cute! I can't get over how cute these are. All right, and so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go, and I like to do this with eggplant because I feel like there's a lot of flesh underneath that stem.
Yep.
So I actually sort of just come around the stem here, and I sort of just shave it off, so I can really expose where the eggplant starts and the stem ends. And then I make my decision and cut it right there. And so that way I don't lose any of that eggplant, and then I get that flat surface as well.
Wow.
So I'll show you guys, especially with these smaller ones, you just want to make sure you utilize all of that eggplant.
Where the eggplant starts and the stem ends.
That's right.
It's like culinary philosophy right here.
The buck starts your chef.
Yep.
Right. And so with these sort of younger, smaller eggplants, we're actually going to use the skin on this one. All right.
Okay.
But if you don't like eggplant skin, you can definitely come on over here and peel it with a peeler. So totally up to you guys. I like eggplant skin personally, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to keep it on. Right, these are nice and washed. And so if you guys want to peel it, go on ahead. But for these younger, sort of smaller eggplants, not necessary. They're pretty tender. And then now we have that flat surface, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make my little planks. So with this one, I'll probably get about 4 each.
Okay.
And then same exact idea. We're just going to keep it about the same size as our peppers. All right. So you're seeing that we're just sort of getting these all to the same size. And I am a big believer in the rough dice.
Going back to this rough dice.
Going back to this rough dice over here because it sounds like I know what I'm doing, and I do. So tell everybody. All right. So we're
Knife skills with Chef
yeah,
Connie.
nice skills with Chef Connie.
Everything falls into a rough dice.
Yeah, everything is a rough chop. It's all a rough chop in the end. All small rough chops.
Stunning rough chop over here.
All right. And so we got our beautiful eggplant. Look at these cute little eggplants, right? And we have our peppers, and they're the exact same size-ish.
Look at that.
All right, how does everybody feel about those knife skills out there? Everyone feel good about that?
All right, how those knife skills looking?
Incredible.
That's feeling good.
Everyone snacked on a bell pepper. Awesome.
Yeah.
And
Over at Will Hall's house, we got
check
her
it out,
little
Will.
sous chef over here assisting. Can you see this adorable little?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right, we're coming in over here.
Yes.
Look at this guy.
Oh, that knife is larger than you. You got this. You got this.
Teaching him knife skills at a young age.
There we go.
Can we see a thumbs up if those knife skills are looking good, bud? Can we see a thumbs up over
buddy.
there? How's it looking?
Ready. Careful, buddy.
He's doing great.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
There we go. Awesome. I know. My dad had me learn knife skills when I was young because he didn't want to prep anymore. That was his way of doing it. He's like, I don't want to chop all this. You get it on that. All right. Sorry, Dad. I called you out. Love you, bud. All right. So now that our curry has infused, look how green it is.
Wow.
Look at all of those oils reacting. Looking so beautiful. So you do want to give that curry paste just a couple minutes in that broth. Okay. Very important step. Just let it sort of hang out.
Okay.
And so now that our vegetables are cut, curry is looking good. Let's grab that second can of coconut. All right, come on over here.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna. Here we go. It's chunky, guys. Be careful. It is chunky. All right. And we can do the same exact thing with that water. We can just do a splash of water into that can. Just a splash. Right? Doesn't need to be too aggressive. Or chicken stock if you have any chicken stock left over. Swirl it around and just get all of that delicious coconut fat out of that can.
Wow.
Awesome.
That looks amazing.
That's pretty good.
You know what I love about coconut milk?
What?
It increases the viscosity
Yes!
of this curry over here.
How did I miss that?
All right, you guys seeing how this viscosity is getting increased over here? Yeah, over at the Shepherd house, they saw that. Saw that viscosity happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Wow.
So now that you have your coconut in your broth, let's go ahead and bring this up to a nice simmer, okay? Because now we're gonna start poaching all of our beautiful vegetables, okay? And so I've gone ahead and I've turned this back to like a nice medium high. I'm just gonna give that a good stir. Oh my gosh, it's already smelling amazing.
Wow.
Right? And so we're getting that nice simmer going on. And now all we have to do is come on over. And what I'm gonna do is actually, safety first, I'm gonna put this onto a small bowl or plate and just, I'm gonna cook these together. Okay, so come on over here and just get everything nice and together.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the old slide out, chef.
Love that move.
And then come on over here, and once your broth is at a nice simmer, go ahead and just put the edge there. And so as you drop those vegetables, you don't splash yourself. Okay, safety first, guys. I'm a little crazy, and I'll just throw things into pots, but I have to remember that I'm crazy. And so you want to be really careful when you're throwing things into hot liquid.
Yeah.
Super important. Watch that splash zone.
You are in the splash zone.
You are in the splash zone. All right. And so once your veggies are in there, we're gonna go ahead and turn that up to a nice medium high heat, right? And we're gonna let these sort of poach. And as eggplant poaches in this liquid, eggplant's kind of like a sponge, and it's gonna sponge up all of that flavor. Okay, and so it's just gonna be really good. Tofu does a very similar thing too. So if you guys want to do this in a vegetarian time, you're gonna go ahead and put that into. You're gonna put tofu in here as well.
Oh, cool.
And so now that we got all of our things together, don't forget we got a couple of. Oh, we got some. Jennifer already reading my mind. We got these.
Jennifer,
get out of my head.
Wow.
Asking me where did that lemongrass go? And so now that we have everything together, we're gonna go ahead and stick that little stick of lemongrass. Right, we can use it as like a little stir. And you're just gonna utilize. And you're not gonna eat that. You're gonna pull that out later. Okay.
Yep.
And you're gonna take those beautiful lime leaves and you're gonna pop them into there as well. And so now everything's getting nice and together. Beautiful.
Wow.
Look at that. So
That
there
is
you go.
smelling unreal.
Yeah, it's smelling pretty good. And so now we got our beautiful eggplants and our bell peppers poaching, right? And we got all those flavors happening and coming together. And honestly, curry always tastes better the next day. And so if you make a big batch of this, try and save some for the next day because it always kind of develops. Just like that mole class we did last week. the next day is always a little bit better for these delicious recipes.
Yeah.
All right. And so while we're waiting for our eggplant to cook all the way through, let's go ahead and now that we're totally done cutting up vegetables, let's get fishy. All right. And so whenever you're doing these recipes, you always want to wait to do your protein last, so you don't have to keep cleaning your beautiful cutting board. All right.
Okay.
Awesome. And because I said that, let's go ahead and cut that lime first before I do that. All right. So we're gonna give ourselves some wedges first. Sorry. Backtrack, guys. Grab those limes first. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just answered my own question. All right.
Staying true to our word.
We're staying true to our word.
Okay.
And so go ahead and let's just cut some wedges first before we get our board nice and fishy. All right.
Before we get fishy.
So I'm just gonna cut a couple wedges, and then I'm gonna put them on my beautiful garnish plate. Look at this. Green on green.
I was gonna say, look how much green is on.
Greens. And there you go. Look at that. Looking like a professional kitchen garnish station.
Unreal.
All right. And so, how does everybody feel about that? I know I pivoted kind of hard there, but everyone got their garnish limes cut, ready to rock?
Did you cut those limes?
Beautiful.
We got a strong pivot over here.
It's all about staying on your toes, guys.
Yeah. Over at Katie's house. Katie, you guys look good over there? Okay, perfect.
Casey showing us those beautiful earrings. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, limes can be used as earrings too. That's
Eggplant
100% true.
Yes.
We got a lot of culinary jewelry going on.
I know. I love it. I love it. All right. And so now we got our board free to get nice and fishy. Okay. And so now let's grab that fish. And because it's already been, the bones have already been removed, we're chilling on this. All right. And so what we're going to do is just like that eggplant and bell pepper, we're going to dice this fish. All right. And so the secret to dicing fish is just to have a sharp knife. All right. And I'm just checking out my curry. If your guys' curry, you just want a nice simmer. Okay. So if it kind of comes up, just bring it back down to a nice simmer. All right. We're going to have a curry check out there. Curry checked. Awesome. And so that's hanging out. And so coming on back to this fish. And you're just going to go ahead and you're going to give yourself nice strips. And really the secret with slicing any fish is you want to have a nice clean knife. And I do suggest you always wipe your blade every time you make a new cut. And come on over here and you're going to go ahead and slice that down. And I'm doing really nice, solid strokes. This is going to give you that really nice cut. And wiping your blade every time is going to help you because that fish is going to get stuck to your knife. And that's what's going to not give you those nice, clean cuts. So I'm just getting these nice strips. Just a similar size as that bell pepper and that eggplant. Awesome. I see some focus out there. I think everyone's getting hungry. That's how you know everyone's starting to get hungry, when everyone's just really focused on the next thing. That's how you know. All right. Awesome, Chip. And so now that we have these strips, we're going to go ahead and now we're going to do our dice. So I'm coming on over here, and just like that eggplant and that bell pepper, we're getting these beautiful little dices. Wiping that blade as you need. This is going to help you get those nice clean cuts.
And so Beth over here is asking which direction to cut the fish. And so you just cut that fillet into strips, right? And now you're going across the grain, cutting it into a little dice.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And because we're dicing it up, going against the grain or with the grain, doesn't truly matter with this because we're just going to dice it up. And then usually it doesn't really matter for fish fillet as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet.
Nice.
And so here we go. We got a little bit of truffly shuffly action. So go ahead and grab that Balinese truffle salt. And we're going to go ahead and season up this fish. And I'm going to go ahead and just season it right on my board because I want to mix it up, right? So I'm going to open up that beautiful Balinese truffle salt. Give it a good sprinkling. And then you just sort of grab your knife and you just sort of mix it up. All right, just kind of mix it up there. This is called rustic cooking right here.
Yep. Rustic seasoning.
That's right, rustic seasoning. And boom, there you go.
Et voila.
Awesome. And then go ahead and get your hands nice and clean if you're out there getting really fishy. All right. And so now that our fish is nice and seasoned, we're just going to let that salt sort of hang out. And we're checking out our curry. And I'm going to add my fish at the very last minute because when fish is this size, we just want to poach it, right? We don't want to overcook it. And so you're just going to gently cook it in our finished curry. All right? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna taste this curry first. I'm gonna definitely make sure that the eggplants are nice and tender.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking a little piece here. Careful, it is hot. And Jessica's asking, use all the salt. No, Jessica, we're just gonna use a good sprinkling. Just a good sprinkling of that salt.
1 pinch.
Awesome. And so here we go. This is another excuse just to taste that curry as well. Oh. It was good.
Good?
That's good. Yeah, we nailed it. We did it, guys. And so that eggplant is nice and tender, right? I'm really tasting all of those flavors. I got a little bit of heat from that chili pepper as well. And so now that everything is good to go, I'm gonna definitely adjust with salt if I need to. So if you guys think it needs a little bit of salt, go ahead and sprinkle. I'm gonna do a little bit of that Balinese truffle salt into my curry as well, right? So I wanna make sure that's nice and good. So you be your toughest critics. Unfortunately, we can't all season together right now. One day we will. So at this point, just be your toughest critic and just adjust seasoning as you need.
Yeah. All right. Bill's mind is literally exploding as we speak.
All right. And so, just to kind of recap, guys, my curry is at that nice simmer. You guys see that really gentle sort of simmer? Wow. This is what we would call a poaching temperature. And poaching temperature, would you say is about 140? That sound right? Fahrenheit? You do Celsius.
Yeah, I think it's like
right?
160.
Oh, is it 160?
Yeah.
All right, I'm terrible at that. So it's about a gentle simmer, if you will. You're
happy
just looking
simmer.
at it. A happy simmer.
Happy simmer.
And so once you kind of turn that down, you got that happy simmer. Sometimes you need to pull it away. Now we can go ahead and grab our fishy, our little fishy. And I'm gonna do the same thing, right? I'm grabbing that shallow bowl or plate, and I'm just gonna get the edge here and just sort of let it fall right in. And this is not gonna take very long. So we wanna be super gentle with that. And you're just gonna sort of mix that up. And it's only gonna take a few minutes. And you're also gonna know when the fish is cooked because it's gonna turn nice and white. All right?
Awesome.
And so if you guys have those curries over there, we want to see those curries in action. Go ahead and pop those screens down. We want to see those curries working out over there.
All right, we want to see that curry in action.
Oh, we're coming in.
All right, we got
Let's see
DJ Bird coming in over here.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Jennifer,
Jessica.
up close.
oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, gorgeous.
Jennifer.
That was beautiful. Oh my god, look at that. Looking
Oh,
so
the
good.
Shepherd House. They are.
Darren and David.
Is that a Coors Light cup?
Yeah, that is a Coors Light cup.
Kelly
Let's
over
go,
here.
Texas. Oh, Kelly and Douglas.
I like that lemongrass stirring stick.
The lemongrass
Debbie
drinks
and
are
Jam.
All right, Debbie, can you see that one more time? Wow.
Ooh, Matt Molly.
Oh, there
Matt
we
and
go.
Molly.
That's looking so good.
Oh, Jesse
That's looking
Travis.
so good.
Ooh, careful. There we go.
Jesse and Travis.
It's hot.
Oh, here we go. We got Bill.
Wow, Bill.
Oh, nice.
His mind was blown earlier.
Yes.
At how good that curry was.
Yes.
That looking good. How we doing at Salmon Cliffs?
All right, over at Sam and Cliff's house. How is this curry looking, Cliff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it looking good?
Katie over here.
Katie. Oh,
Oh,
can
yeah.
you check out Tara?
Tara.
We got Tara Perry in the house.
There we go.
And then, yeah, we got Cheryl and Judy. Chef, how is this curry looking?
How we
wanna
feel?
see
How
it.
we feel?
Oh, we got Cheryl showing us how
Oh,
it's cooking.
All right, Angelina, how we doing?
Oh, that is a good looking curry. Oh, Charlie, in it. Beautiful.
And then, yeah, Chef Rick saw that out there.
All right. And so we had a couple questions in the chat. And so Kelly and Doug were asking, a little too salty, how do we fix? If you want to add the rest of that chicken stock to it, you can go ahead and add the rest of that chicken stock and just a splash of water and just adjust it like that. Perfect. Awesome. And then we have added the fish. Karen and David are saying, have we added that fish? Yes, we have. And we just need to cook it for just a few minutes. And you know your fish is ready when you kind of pull out a piece. You can see my little piece here. It's hard to tell. There's eggplant, there's all sorts of stuff going on in there. And when you sort of squeeze that fish and it flakes, that's how you know it's done.
Excellent.
Boom.
Just
Easy.
like that.
And so we did it, guys. We did it. It's been a journey. It's been a crazy year, but we did it. We done made.
All right, give yourself a round of applause.
We just made green curry from scratch. No big deal.
With coconut rice.
With coconut rice.
Dang.
So you guys ready to eat? You guys ready to eat this? All right. And so I'm going to show you guys how to plate it up. And so at this point, my broth is off. I'm just letting it hang out. It is hot, ready to rock.
Yep.
All right. And I'm going to come on over here, and now I can go ahead and go, ooh, what's in here? It's coconut rice. No big deal. No big deal. And so at first you're going to be like, oh man, there's a lot of liquid on the top here. But don't worry. We're going to come on over here with a fork.
With a fork.
And we're going to do a fluff. Okay, this is fluffing the rice. And we're just going to come on over here. And we're just going to, oh my gosh, look at that.
Wow.
Looking so happy. All right, and we're just going to move that around. And you can see there's absolutely no liquid on the bottom. That rice is nice and fluffy. You're seeing those individual grains. And it smells really good.
Wow.
And so what I like to do is I come on over here, and now that it's nice and ready, I'll take a little bit of kosher salt or that Balinese truffle salt, whatever you guys want to do. And now you're going to go ahead and give it a quick seasoning. All right. And so as you're fluffing, you're letting the heat of that rice sort of melt that beautiful salt.
Wow.
Look at that.
That smells so good.
Yeah, this is taking me years to perfect. I'm glad I get to share it with you guys in the live studio audience. Get it? Yes.
Live studio audience. Jeremy and the live studio audience.
All right.
So pumped.
And so we're ready to plate this up, and I feel like when you plate up a nice batch of curry, it's always nice to use those shallower bowls that you got out there. All right, but if you got those deeper bowls, no worries at all. And here is the move. You come on over here with that coconut rice.
Yep.
And you're going to put a little bit of that rice down first.
Okay.
Come over here, and once it's fluffed, you can see the, oh, look how bouncy it is. Just so happy. All right. We tasted for seasoning. We're happy with the salt. You're smelling that coconut. All right, give yourself a good little layer of that.
Good layer of rice.
And then now we're gonna go ahead and grab our ladle. All right, grab that ladle.
Yep.
And I'm going to remove that little stick of lemongrass. It's done its duty, right? You can see all that flavor was extracted. And then you come on over here with that ladle, and you're just gonna grab all the chunks first. All right, get all those chunks in there. Make sure everyone's got a good amount of the goodies. All right, sometimes just tilt that. And just focus on getting all of the good stuff on there first.
Wow.
Wow. And then what you do is once you got all the good stuff on there, then you just sort of lean that ladle in and just get the broth for just a few ladles or until you're about halfway up that rice.
Wow.
That's really the secret to plating curry, so that everyone gets a little bit of everything. Awesome. And so now we got our beautiful garnishes here. So we're coming on over here and we're getting a little bit of those beautiful plushes.
The plush.
Little plushes.
The plush.
And of course, a little squeeze of that beautiful lime. That fresh lime is just going to sort of take us all the way there.
Wow.
And there you go. We got a beautiful green curry with rock cod, late summer vegetables.
Oh.
Boom! All right, and so all we did is we plated that up, garnish it with that cilantro and lime. All right. And so once you guys got that nice and plated up, we want to see it out there. DJ Drew, could you take us away? Could we get DJ Drew in the sound? Skirt it. We need more DJ Drew in our lives.
All right, we need more DJ Drew over
More
here.
DJ Drew.
What up?
It's DJ Drew A with the vibes though.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful?
That looks lovely.
Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute. Oh, I never thought through love with thee.
Okay, Charlene. That looks lovely.
Isn't she pretty? Truly the angel's best. Boy, I'm so happy. We have been heaven blessed. I
Very nice, Bill. Rachel with her daughter cooking. Okay. It looks beautiful. Good job. Jessica, you're back. Nice. Nice.
Baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby.
And Molly, the Eminem crew. Woo. The shower place. Okay. Heather Masons, that looks great. Wow. Cheryl and Judy.
Someone took a big L, don't know how that felt. Looking at you sideways.
And of course, we have the Shepherds.
Ooh, certain things you just can't refuse. She wanna ride me like a cruise.
Charlene, you've been working hard on that. Now it's time to drink.
Then you're left in the dust. Unless I stuck by you.
Mary,
You're the sunflower.
Lee, and Ryan. Wow, look at the garnishment on that one.
Or you be left in the dust.
Karen and David, the usuals. Ooh, nice.
You're the sunflower. You're the
God,
sunflower.
I love it, Katie and Scott. Nice. Liz, you've been waiting for me to call your name, huh? There you go, Liz. Nice.
Every time I'm walking out, I can hear you telling me to turn around. Fighting for my trust, and you won't back down. Even if we gotta risk it all right now.
Hey, since we're finished cooking, let's do the truffle dance again. I need one dance. Come on.
Grips on your ways,
There
front
you
way,
go.
back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not
There
stay,
you
but I
go.
never run away, even when I'm away. OT, OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance.
I just need one more dance. Come on.
My hand, one more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. You gotta go and get angry at all of my honesty. You know I try, but I don't.
You guys are grooving over there. I love it.
I hope I don't run out of time, cause someone call a referee.
Happy Sunday.
Cause I just need one more shot.
We're going to have a great meal tonight before we go to work.
Know that I made those
Or vacation, whatever it is.
twice.
Charlene with the puppy. Okay.
So
Beautiful dog.
Let me redeem for myself.
We all think it smells.
Cause I just need
Nice.
second chances. Is it too late now to say sorry? Cause I'm missing more than just your body. Oh, is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now?
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want.
What you really, really want?
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I wanna.
Really, really, really want.
Come on, let's go.
If you want my future, forget my past.
If you wanna get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together, we could be just fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna say.
Come on, everybody. Come on. I'm taking it back, right? Yeah.
A-Town.
Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Go, Rick. Go, Charlie. Hey, come on.
In the club with my homies, trying to get a little VI.
You guys look wonderful. Come on. Come to your hands. Come to your hands.
I saw the shorty, she was checking up on me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear.
DJ Drew.
It's DJ Drew.
She got heavy. She had me feeling like she's ready to blow.
Okay.
She's saying, come get me. So I got up and followed her to the floor. She said, baby, let's go. When I told her, I said, So they got down, she said, come and get me. I got so caught up, got you told me. Her and my girl, she be the best of me. Next thing I knew, she was all up. Who let the dogs out? 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 Well, the party was nice, the party was pumping.
Yippee-yi-yo.
And everybody,
Come on, let me see you take a bite of that beautiful dish you made.
until the fellas started name calling.
Take a bite. Take a bite.
And the girls respond to the call. I heard a poor one shout out, who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs
out? Who let the dogs out? I see the dance people had a falcon. She really found them get out. Get back, Gruffy. Bash, Gruffy. Get back, you flea infested mongrel.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how. Come You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it till there's nothing at all. We get together, oh, we get together, but separate always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes it, then what makes it, then what makes it, then what makes it, then what makes it?
I just want to tell you guys one thing. I want to tell you guys all one thing. Your dish, your houses, and the way you guys look today on camera.
Always so beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You have me suicidal, suicidal. When you say it's over, damn all these beautiful girls. They only wanna do you dirt. They'll have you suicidal, suicidal. When they say it's over. See, it started at the park, used to chill after dark. Ooh, when you took my heart, that's when we fell apart. 'Cause we both thought that love lasts forever, lasts forever. They say we're too young to get ourselves sprung. Oh, we didn't care, we made it very clear. And they also said that we couldn't last together.
Come on, everybody. Take a bite. Let's dance.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I could take you for a ride. I had a premonition
Wishing that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way you like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading.
Yeah.
I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. I believe that you're for me. I feel it in our energy. I see it's written in the stars. We can go wherever, so let's do it now or never, baby. Nothing's ever too far. Glitter in the sky, glitter in the eyes.
If you got a drink and you need some more,
every time we
fill it up and take a drink with me. Like, come on.
You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me.
Nice. I love your drinks. I see some wine glasses out there, some cocktail drinks. Come on.
Just say goodnight. And we cuddle, sure I do love it, but I need your lips all night. Can you kiss me more?
Too many drinks might have you saying this.
Boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way you move. gotta get it. Sang first, middle, last on the wisdom tooth. And they wishing that the cookie was a kissing booth. Taste breakfast, lunch, and gin and juice. And that dinner just like dessert too. And when we French refresh, give me two. When I bite that lip, come get me two. He want lipstick, lip gloss, hickeys too. Kiss me more. We're so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. It's just principle. Baby, hold me, 'cause I like the way you move. You're agitating, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. La 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 la. I know my tongue, I want it. Oh, you're agitating, I can do the same. Oh, I love the taste. La 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 la. I know my
Hope you guys enjoying your meal.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh, yeah. I get my weed from California. That's that. I get my up to the spot, yeah. I get my from the source, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And I say, oh, way I breathe you in. It's the texture of your skin. I wanna love you, baby, never let you go. And I say, oh, it's nothing like your touch. It's the way you lift me up. This is the best ever. I get my peaches out in Georgia. I get my weed from California. That's that. I took my chick up to the north, yeah. I get my light right from the source, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah. I get my weed from California. That's that. I took my chick up to the north, yeah. I get my light right from the source, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
You ain't sure yet, but I'm for ya. All I could want, all I could wish for. Nights alone that we miss more. The days we save as souvenirs.
Okay, Bill.
No
Nice,
time,
Bill.
make more time.
Hey, keep showing your dishes. I'll shout you out. Let's get on that spotlight, baby.
Girl, I'm in my Yorker.
Come on.
Hate to leave the
call it torture. I got my peaches out in Georgia.
Oh, look at that name, technical difficulties. I see you over there.
I get my life right from the source, yeah, that's it.
I get the feeling, so I'm sure. Hand in my hand because I'm yours. I can't pretend, I can't ignore you right from me. Don't think you wanna know just where I've been.
Oh yeah, if you think you got a really good meal tonight, let me see you get low, low, low. Come on. Don't be shy. Don't be deprived. It's time to truffle shuffle. Come on.
Come on. Shoulda had them apple bottom jean boots with the fur. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shoulda got low.
Okay.
Bag of sweatpants and the Reeboks with the straps. She turned around and gave that big booty a smash. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shoulda got low.
I ain't never seen nothing that'll make me go this crazy on night spinning my dough. Had $1 million vibe in the body to go. Them birthday cakes, they stole the show. So sexual, she was flexible, professional, drinking Xano. Hold up, wait a minute, do I see what I think I will? Did a thing I seen shorty.
DJ Khaled.
Okay, I want everybody to clap their hands or put a thumbs up or do the truffle shuffle dance because you guys all won today. Thank you. Truffle Shuffle.
And every time I step up in the field,
what we doing?
Everybody hands go up.
Put your hands up. And they stay there.
And they say yeah. And they say there.
What? Down.
Cause all I do is
win.
And if you going in, put your hands in the air.
You guys are great. One last time, show your dishes. One last time. Let's see those meals. So we can get a great screenshot. I'm going to take a selfie with you guys. You mind if I take a selfie? All right, ready? I have an iPhone. I hope you do too. All right, let's go. Selfie time. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
DJ Drew. Hey.
All right, yo.
Oh.
Time for goodbyes? Oh, we have to say goodbye now. Oh no. All right, well, DJ, oh man, I forgot. DJ Drew, I forgot the whole name. Christopher, Drew, Adam, Mark, thank you so much for being here today. You were incredible. We would love to do this with you again. Thank you so much for making this day so special.
Yes.
Everyone out there, thank you so much. It was nice to meet some of you. Nice to see some of you again. We really appreciate you guys out there. And just so you guys know, on October 14th, it's a Friday.
Right?
Is it Saturday? It's a Friday. I will be doing a live kimchi fried rice class, and it's going to be free with a shopping list included. So if you guys want to change it up and do a shopping list class with us, it will be October 14th. Log in, I will be there, and we will be making kimchi fried rice all the way up. Bill's pumped about it. Bill, I'm going to see you there. Bill, don't tease me. You better be there.
Oh.
Charlene, you better be there. Karen, I will see you guys there. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys out there. And from everyone, from myself and Truffle Shuffle, we can't wait to cook with you guys again. And thank you.
Thank you all.